like I've seen him on a bunch of TV shows, and then all of a sudden he like blew up and was on. No, he did Invisible Man, right? And then everyone's like, "Oh, he's such a good actor," and then all of a
Yeah, he
sudden,
was pretty dang good in Invisible Man. Nice and clever for us to go live there, Nathan. Nice.
exactly, we're the Invisible Show. We don't know when we go live.
Precisely.
Awesome.
So we're getting to be really lackluster surprise going live. So what's going on? My Cup of Tea episode number 37, I believe. Joining us today.
Is it in the title?
It is.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad to be back. This is the first podcast since almost graduating college. I graduate tomorrow. Super exciting. So I have the whole summer ahead of us, or me, and doing a lot of podcasts this summer, catching up a lot of shit this summer, TV shows, movies. I made a tweet out recently that I'm going to start catching up on some classical movies that I haven't been able to watch this school year. And then, of course, more Star Wars stuff because I am severely lacking in my Star Wars comics and books. So definitely gearing that up for Hyperspace Hype.
Also joining us, Carson, who claps on mute.
He's back. Yeah, unlike Evan, I am like dying right now because I graduate undergrad in 2 weeks, and the light at the end of the tunnel is very faint, and we're getting there. But you know, I got a job, so that's good. I know where I'm going next. But yeah, I just got to finish some stuff up, and I realized that I haven't watched a movie in like over 2 weeks, and I'm just like, I'm so sad. Like,
yeah, I'm like itching.
I'm just like, oh, like I got to get back to it, and like Evan, I'm gonna catch up this summer on some stuff that I missed because I feel like everyone always has these blind spots, and then you don't even think about them, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, like this entire decade I've watched like 3 movies from, and you're like, how did this happen?
Right? Like I was going through HBO Max like last weekend or a couple weekends ago, and I'm like going through the Turner Classic Movies thing, and I'm like, I haven't seen jack shit from these things. Like a lot of the Akira Kurosawa movies I just haven't seen. A lot of the Alfred Hitchcock movies I haven't seen. Like I've seen Rear Window like 20,000 times.
Yeah,
but I haven't seen everything.
But the dude made like 30 movies. Like
exactly. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff to catch up on. No pressure, nothing in the back of my mind saying I gotta check my classroom, like see what's going on. But none of that. I'm done. So very exciting.
Evan's out until fall.
Until the fall. Until I find a job. Yes.
All right. Well, quick PSA. Surprise.
Oh my god.
Not even. I just enthusiastic about it. For a week, you can experience the glory that is Scott Pilgrim versus the World in Dolby Cinema in theaters. I am not a corporate plug. I just love.
What is this?
I'm just saying that. Like,
are we sponsored?
Are we sponsored by AMC? What's going
on? No, it's not at all. But I just I'm going tomorrow to my screening of it, and I'm super hyped because it's like super. It's like newly enhanced for Dolby, like new sound mix and stuff, and I'm really excited to see like how that plays out. And I just want to like say like right off the top of the show instead of it being buried at the very end for 2 hours. So,
man, see that Brie Larson song on the big screen is very tempting.
In Dolby, I'm going to feel
so
the
hard.
Okay, you know what's great is like there's bass built into the recliners, so when there's a bass battle, I hope it's going to be like epic.
That's gonna be awesome.
You know what's hilarious is I started singing that song a couple days ago in my head. I'm like, where is this from? And I kept thinking, and then I saw Brie Larson on Twitter. I'm like, oh my god, it's from Scott Pilgrim. And I'm like, how can I not make that connection? And then I realized that I need to get my ticket still for the re-release, so I might be able to sneak away this weekend or something.
Is it only this weekend?
It's a week.
It's a week. Yeah, a full week.
Okay, so I might be able to catch it.
It's taken over the Dolby, and then I think the following week, Wrath of Man is coming in.
Seeing that next week already. I got my
Jason
tickets for that
Statham.
too. That's where we're going for Mother's Day. My mom's like, I already bought tickets. I'm like, okay.
All right, the new Jason Statham joint. Like, let's go.
Also, like I've seen this movie 1,000 times. Hell yeah, you have, and I don't give a shit. Like it's Jason Statham.
You know what DVD movie that I love the most of like Jason Statham? What's that movie? What is he like? The driver or the
Transporter?
Transporter.
Transporter goes so hard.
Love all those movies. That's What a trilogy!
Awesome, great trilogy.
Leave me alone. I like the last two. Damn it.
I need to watch it.
Yeah,
It's so
Transporter's
fun.
really fun. 1 and 2 are good. I think 3. I think there is a
Three's
third
eh.
one. 3
Yeah.
ones, meh. But
The memory
1
I
and 2 are
have,
good.
the memory I have of the Transporter is it being advertised like on the FX channel as like one of the movies coming up after a show. You're like Transporter.
Yeah, I never. The only like Jason Statham things I haven't watched are like the Crank movies because those just seemed really stupid. Never really got into those.
I've heard the second Crank is like a must-see action thing. Like, I don't know
Isn't
why.
it called Crank 2 High Voltage?
Yes, but people. No,
That's
like
perfect.
if you go on like the Letterboxd reviews right now, people are like, "This is one of the most slept-on action movies." I'm like, I still don't believe it, but
I
I'm
don't
gonna go
believe
check it out.
it. I can't do it. The premise is just such a turn off for me. It's like it just seems so stupid. Like, what is this, Infamous? Like, I don't get it. I'm good.
On the flip side of things, also, it's officially the week of Fast and Furious being re-released in theaters. I think basically what it's going to be is like one showtime a day for the weekend, so Friday through Sunday per week. You get to experience a Fast and Furious film. I'm actually going to double feature that with Scott Pilgrim tomorrow, so that'll be fun.
Yeah, what do you want to do for our? Do we want to announce anything in terms of our live viewings? What's the deal? What's up with that?
I'm ready whenever. I just
Me too. I'm free now. I have
Yeah.
nothing to lose.
I'll double up, man. Like I'll do like multiple in a week, multiple in a day. I don't like we can knock them out.
Yeah. I'm looking at Carson now because I love to Carson. He has girlfriend obligations and he has connections.
Oh my god! No, I graduate. Let's see.
Wait, didn't you want to like have Kelly watch this?
Oh yeah. But now I'm like the premise of seeing Tokyo Drift in theaters. I'm just like, that is the nostalgia I need in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm already set to do double viewings. I don't care. I love this shit.
you're like, I'm doing it.
Yeah, I haven't seen like all of the third one. Yeah.
You
Tokyo
haven't.
Drift, I think. No, I've seen bits and
Wow.
pieces of that one, but I've never seen the whole movie.
People hate on it. Listen, it is great. I unabashedly love that movie.
The parts I saw, I did not like.
Well, you're gonna like it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of me wants to like just like watch them with you guys for the first time in a while. like look at it. Especially if Evan hasn't seen 3 because it's God. It's so much. Oh my god.
The soundtrack. Can we just say, I'm in Tokyo?
Is that how it goes?
That has lived in my head rent
I
free
don't-
for 15 years, you guys. 15 years.
You're 15 years old? No.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, right out the womb, he was born in the theater.
I just started hearing it. Like, it's my life. No, but yeah, I'm down for anything. Like, depending on my schedule. You know, if I just can like catch up after and do the reviews or whatnot, we can figure it out.
Yeah, because like May 4th, like next Tuesday, my birthday. That's May 4th.
Bad Batch.
And then May 7th.
So that'll be
is-
interesting because
Yeah.
you would think like, oh, our show on May 4th, but I have to work on May 4th.
God damn it.
Yeah, you have to work on May 4th, which is perfectly fine. But I'll be busy that day too. But
Might just double up on the Bad Batch episodes for the week.
exactly
Right,
I mean,
because
it's crazy. One episode's gonna be 70 minutes, and on Fridays we have another 30.
We're back to half
episode.
hours.
Oh my god.
So it's like
100 minutes. Of,
That's 100 minutes of breaking down
It's like
something.
WandaVision's entire runtime, like in 2 episodes.
At least Star Wars
Ouch.
credits aren't forever.
Well,
Yeah.
you say that, but
So yeah. So like,
First, that's-
Boba Fett appears in the book of Boba Fett 2.
oh god, don't give them ideas. Don't give them ideas.
Oh god, we're only like 6 months away from that show, and that's just I'm
Yeah.
scared.
I'm just ready for that show
Okay,
to like.
I'm fine.
Get out
I'm
of
positive.
It.
I'm positive. I don't need to get into the. No, I'm good.
But
I'm cleansed. I'm ready for Bad Batch. I'm excited. Fennec's
I'm not
coming.
really excited, but
Damn it.
I'm looking forward. There's a difference between looking forward and being excited about something. I'm
Yes.
not jazzed
Yeah, you're
about
right.
it, but I'm like, it's a new Star Wars show in an era that's going to be very interesting. Like we've seen everything.
Yes. I like
I think
this
we've
new
seen
clone
everything
concept.
between 3 and 4, yes, but like this takes place from a different perspective and a little bit earlier in the timeline.
We got
yeah.
this new
Than we're
clone
used to.
character, right? That's like kind of like a
Yeah, what's the
a
name
one-off,
again?
or we don't know.
Yeah,
where her
I forget her
thing
name.
comes from, but
A
I'm
new
curious about
galactic empire.
that. Got that trailer.
Yeah.
But
Star
yeah,
Wars.
we're going to be having Hyperspace Hype, My Cup of Tea, and live, what are they called? Commentaries.
Commentaries.
I'm gonna need to get StreamYard Premium because we will not have enough runtime.
Yeah, I forget what we made it such a good idea last week, Nathan. I forget we said it off air, like in terms of the specific days. I forget what we talked about. But yeah, so it is feasible to do like 3. I think we said like Thursday, Friday, Sunday, something along those lines.
Yeah.
That could work out.
Yeah, those are my days off. So yeah. But hey, the Oscars happened. Kinda.
Yeah, let me just prepare myself for this.
Oof.
I thought he was getting a special green screen.
Yeah, I know.
I was like, let me look for the file. But
oh
yeah,
man, Oscars were something else.
literally something else.
You know what? Let's just say off the bat, like,
Okay.
besides the one thing at the end, I think genuinely it was a pretty predictable award season. Evan said it the other day. He's like, the longer award season made it a more predictable award season. So I think all the drama really stems from the presentation, and I think that's kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought it was predictable, and a lot of the below the line categories were predictable. Right. But when it got to the above the line stuff, the stuff that was like I thought predictable ended up not being very predictable. Anthony Hopkins, Best Actor. Frances McDormand, Best Actress.
Should we go through like the different categories? Winners or.
I don't have it off the top of my head, but we can.
I don't know if there's like any official like listings, but
no, I mean I guess we can just do like the favorites and least favorite parts about this.
You go first, Evan. You tell us what.
I think it's interesting just to get an overview about my thoughts. It's interesting. A lot of people I've heard say like I like the first half, but then like it fell off towards the end. No, the beginning parts of the ceremony, I like the intimate nature. People are like, I like the low key intimate nature of it all. I did too, but it just felt like such a. In terms, if I want to like compare this to what a movie is, it felt very dull at times, and the pacing was just very slow. Even though I guess they were trying to make it quicker by eliminating clips, which were a huge issue for me. The immersion, it's gone. Like for any award show, it's just.
But then sometimes there were clips.
Yeah, they included clips for the feature film categories, like best international film, best animated film, best films, and best whatever. Like
not for sound though.
Not for sound. So it was weird. So especially like for screenplay, usually for screenplay they have 2 actors like talking in a scene, and at the bottom, the bottom third they have like the script.
Yeah, script
which is really cool. Which is awesome. I love watching that during the Oscars.
Follow script to screen.
Yeah. So they didn't have that for best original screenplay, which kind of like ticked me off. Like something was weird. But at first I was like, okay, cool. Regina King's giving props to Emerald Fennell, for example. Like Emerald, like you did this script while you were like 7 months pregnant. Great job. And I was like, okay, cool. I like these actors giving each other props to other writers, actors, directors, whatever. So that was really cool. Like, okay, Regina King's doing it. That's cool. But then it continued without clips. I'm like, okay, no sound for best original sound. It was like best sound, Tenet. I'm like, can we hear?
Wait. Did Tenet win sound?
No, but it was one of those nominees.
Sound middle one sound.
Okay, because I was gonna say, wait, hold on, the sound mixing of Tenet.
No, it was a mess. Yeah, but like,
was it nominated though?
I think so.
That's amazing.
What else is nominated?
Yeah, remember they combined. It was the first year they combined the mix and the design categories.
Yeah.
So from a design perspective, I can see why. For a mix,
did I do that last year?
No, this is the first year it was combined. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
we did that last year.
I think it's like going forward this way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But best visual effects, Midnight Sky, Tenet. I'm just like, can we see these visual effects? Visual effects. There's nothing visual about it. If you can't see anything,
Denzel Washington learned to fight backwards and fly through the air.
Yeah, It's so weird. Best documentary short subjects.
Or I think I said Denzel.
Like
Yeah.
they would just go through categories that we couldn't see the clips from. And even as a film fan who has seen most of these things, I haven't seen all the documentaries. I haven't seen all the short subjects or the shorts.
Yeah, those are the crucial ones. It's like you need to like
get people
catch-
interested.
These clips are my window to check them out later if I haven't.
Yes.
Exactly. That's why there's such a big boost in box office in a normal year, at least. Box office in terms of like Oscar movies, because they'll be in theaters. People are like, oh, I saw this clip at the Oscars. Let me go to the theaters and watch it.
And I was really happy that like they had it for animation at least, because then I saw some that I hadn't heard about, and I was like, whoa, that looks really good. I want to check this out.
Yeah, I keep meaning to watch Wolfwalkers. I've never been able to see it. Now I have time, though.
I cannot wait to watch that because
Yeah.
I've just seen it on Apple TV, just like the ad, because it's like their top thing. It's like, and that was that's funny that all the advertising for the Oscars where it was all the streaming services like advertising, which is kind of funny, and it was so hilarious to see the difference between all of them because Disney Plus's like little 30-second TV spot was like, the story never ends, and I'm like, why are you doing this to me? This is my problem. And they match cut between Vader and Rogue One to Luke and the Mandalorian. I'm like,
damn it!
Nails on a chalkboard. I can't.
Yeah, and people are tweeting out, this is my favorite moment in Star Wars history.
No,
I'm
but
like,
what's funny is like I was watching for like the other things, and I was like, oh, it's cool. And then I did it for Star Wars, and I was like, fuck, this was my problem. I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah, no, it's like
season 2 reviews.
It was like Monica Rambeau. I'm like, yes, Monica. And it went
Yes,
to Luke, and I'm like, no.
They did like Yoda to Grogu, and I was like, all right. And then they did the Luke thing. I was like, fuck.
Anyways, that's nothing.
It's a really good edit though. Like,
It was
Yeah, it
really
was
good.
fun.
Yeah.
But it was just funny seeing all those advertisements because I think if I do the count right, Netflix took away the most awards, obviously because they had the most.
Netflix had like seven or so awards.
Yeah. Which
Trial
is
won
crazy.
nothing.
Yeah,
Which is awesome.
So let's see. For
God,
Netflix, Mank won cinematography, which was
a shock.
I was
right?
shocked.
Like I forget the other nominees for cinematography, but I had
Nomadland. I thought it was a no-brainer.
Midnight Sky, Mank. I forget what the other two were.
Judas, which I thought could have snuck in there and won.
Judas was cinematography?
Yeah, it's Sean something. He's a really prominent cinematographer.
I thought it was okay. But yeah, I thought Nomadland cinematography was fantastic. I forget the guy's name. It's like Joshua something who does Nomadland, but it was fantastic. I love the cinematography there. Mank was good, really good cinematography. I just thought
the production design was better and made it look a lot better than it probably was. But I'm happy for the guy because I think he was like, it was his first big project, and especially to get to work with Fincher and then like win an Academy Award is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So my biggest problem of this award show was the in memoriam.
Oh my
because
God.
who speed runs a memoriam
with like pop music?
I mean, well, it was more mellow, but yeah. But then also
it was like enlightened like music.
Yeah, it was like
I've been reading like a lot of interesting replies about this because like I remember someone on Twitter was like, "Why did they edit like a fan cam?" And then,
that's fucked up.
And then I went to like the official YouTube upload. It has like a lot of dislikes.
I'm sure.
And a lot of people in the comments are like, Jesus, why so fast? And then one person pointed out that was like not only is it so fast, but then there are like some that are like slightly longer than others, and then it's like, who decides who's quote unquote more important in a category about people we've lost? Like that's
I recognize that too. It was weird because like Chadwick Boseman is there for a little bit longer than the rest. Other ones in the middle,
expected. I think they ended on too, but then like
which kind of goes to the main problem with the Oscars. But
it's funny because I jumped into like the middle of the clip because like I'm not that it's a very long clip because again it's sped run, but like I popped in and it was like going for like a couple of seconds. I was like, okay, I had time to read that, and then it was going bam, 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 and I was like,
it was almost like it was edited to the song and not consciously. At least that sometimes happens when you edit just the music and you throw it together kind of quickly. You can just kind of subconsciously like go to the beat a little bit, and then as the beat probably speeds up, which is just weird. They would choose a song like that. They would kind of naturally just randomly do it. It's like, why don't you just like compose a piece for it or have somebody like, I don't know. check it over.
And
But
I
it was
know,
just weird, like how it ended up like that, and then it just like that was kind of like the feel of a lot of the sections towards the second half for me, especially like the whole trivia thing was very awkward and just didn't feel like
Didn't work out. Didn't
natural
work.
at all, or it's just very
Swing and a
weird.
miss. Swing and a miss. Yeah.
And then the one thing that saved it was Glenn Close, and then that was staged, and I'm like, well, that's stupid. If
What the hell was that about? Yeah.
yeah, and then it's like the main thing we need to talk about is the switch of the categories in the ending, which I
Oh
think
yes.
just absolutely erodes both moments and baits a big moment for the end that never happened. And we need to add quickly before we talk about it is the ABC people that like put together the show. There was an interview up the next day of like, oh, it was a calculated risk that we took because they literally thought that Chadwick was gonna win, and then it didn't pay off, and then like also they wouldn't let
Anthony Hopkins
zoom in because he wasn't at one of the like
the stations,
the
because
stations.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he would have had to go to London and go to one of the stations.
I'm like,
but that was like a health risk.
after everything
Yes.
we've been through, like we can't figure out how to send like a functioning PC to Anthony Hopkins, like one of the biggest
It
actors
worked
in
with
the
the
world.
Emmys,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, didn't the Emmys go straight to the houses? Like,
yes.
Even having
Right.
people just like waiting, like, oh, you didn't win, sorry.
And I think that adds to it because you get to see like everyone in their little house and stuff, and their families, and
I agree. Yeah, this is easily the worst Oscar decision I've seen ever. Like this is way worse than people comparing it to like the La La Land and Moonlight stuff. La La Land Moonlight wasn't planned. Nobody
Right.
planned that. It was a complete mistake on one of the presenters' parts. None of the producers had that planned. And then they kind of rolled with it. Kind of decreased the spotlight on Moonlight, which was disappointing. But none of that was planned, and it kind of like it was a mess. But it was
but Moonlight still got its cultural
Moonlight
moment
still got
because
its
of it.
Yeah.
exactly.
This one though.
This was just a
with where
mess.
where they put Best Picture, it didn't like get the like breathing time it should have. And then like when you get to the Best Actor category and there's no one to even give a speech, it just cuts off immediately. And it's
It went to the DJ. I love him, Questlove, right? And he's
Yeah.
got a new movie coming out, and I'm like, but like that was just a weird. He's like, thank you so much for being here. Like, and it was just like everyone was already walking out. Like there was no like celebration. It was like if you're in church and like you dip out before communion. Like if that makes any sense.
Like me.
Like so it was just so awkward, and it just added to the blasphemy of that switch. And I think it just absolutely ruined Chloe Zhao's moment because like it was like a speech, and they were already off the stage by the time we were moving on to like the other stuff, and I'm just like, why did we do that?
I don't get it. Yeah, like Carson said earlier, the second half was all about speeding things up, and it kind of messed everything up from Chloe Zhao not getting her moment because they moved Best Picture up on top of that, which it just made no sense. I remember as it was happening, I was tweeting out like, "No way!" Like I put it in chat like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, Best Picture right now? It's like it's 10:30. We have 30 minutes left.
And just
what is happening?
Just when you think they're gonna like make a more like, stop pandering to the ratings thing because. Evan tweets this all the time. It's like the ratings are so dumb because the awards like are for celebrating film people. Like, why do you need to pander to
Carson, yeah.
a wide audience when if you focus on your core audience, it's gonna be so much better. And so they set up like all this stuff in the beginning. Like we have this great slowed down aspect where Thomas Vinterberg gets up there, gets to give this long speech about how his daughter was all this stuff, the tragedy that happened, and we're getting to hear about all the individuals of like each of their journeys of like how they actually made it. So they're like, oh, so this person worked on this, and then 20 years later, you never know what could happen, and then stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we're gonna switch the most popular tuned in categories because they can look at that of like who's the most tuned in which category previous years. And then, like, we're gonna put those at the end to create longevity for our ratings. Essentially, that's what all it is. And then just butcher the Best Picture, who ceremoniously has pretty much always been at the end. So it's just so weird.
it was a stupid decision. The point about Best Picture being last is that Best Picture is created by not an individual, by a group of people, from the writers,
Yes.
the
And you have
directors, the
everybody up
producers,
there.
everybody from the caterer. Like everybody is going up on stage. It is a group thing. It's the beauty of cinema. Not one person can make a movie. It's all about the whole group. And that's why people love Best Picture being last, because it's a big group thing, and you close out on a big group shot. That's why it makes it so good. Close out on one individual person just seems weird, regardless if Chadwick was even going to win that. Like, nobody wants to end on an individual person. So it just makes no sense whatsoever. And yeah, it kind of ruined Chloe Zhao's moment because she got up there, had to give a quick speech because, granted, I did like Thomas Vinterberg's speech, but you kind of need to put a timer on these speeches. Like, they still went over time without clips. Without clips, they still went over time. This show ended like at 11:20. I'm like, you're still 20 minutes over time. You kind of still need that speed things up a bit. It doesn't matter.
Wasn't the best original song like on the pre-show? Like,
yeah, and best original song was on the pre-show, and they still went over time. Like, what happened?
I think a lot of that we need to. I guess Soderbergh produced this, which is really strange to me. First of all,
what was the last good Soderbergh movie?
You know what?
Exactly.
The Unsane 2018, great movie.
Wow, that's cool. That was good.
What are the most?
But also, like the camera stuff was really weird. Like I love the opening, right? I'm like, okay, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But then when they're like just doing all these tracking shots to like show each individual person, it's taking a lot of time instead of just cutting to them. Which I get they were trying to make it like the space feel a lot bigger than it was because it was just like this little like theater place compared to normally where it's hosted. Yeah, it just ended up not working and dragging out a lot of times, and just like it ended up a lot of times where people would stand up and you couldn't even see their faces because there was no space in there, and they just like we just saw like them right up against the camera like trying to get up to the stage, and so that was weird. Yeah, no, literally that's how it was, and like people were standing up and like you couldn't see them, and then yeah, it was just like this whole deal, and
yeah. But yeah, getting to the root of the problem, like we all said, like putting best actor and best actress last because you want to have, like presumably
the money moment,
they want the money moment of Chadwick winning, but you can never play calculated risk like that. It just makes no sense. There's no use for it, and if it falls in their face, then you even messed up even more, which is exactly what happened. Like
it was his wife there. I didn't get that confirmed, but did they?
His wife was there.
Yeah, that's
his wife was there. Which is, but granted, they didn't know he was not going to win. So, like, if he was to win and she wasn't there, then it's like,
then it's weird because they didn't.
Then it's weird, right? You kind of have to, regardless. So I didn't really mind that. It's just it made even worse because he didn't. And result-oriented thinking is like he didn't even win, so why was she even there? She was just there for nothing. And Ma Rainey didn't even win a lot besides like best costuming and best makeup and hairstyling. So yeah, it was pretty. It's very disappointing because
they set up this legacy moment, right? Of like get that in memoriam thing, and they're like, oh, that's cool, but we're gonna get this big moment at the end because like it's just a huge deal for such a young actor to pass away this soon and make the impact that he did. And so they tee up this moment, and then it doesn't happen, and then it's just like awkward. Like there's just, I mean, granted, there are some audience expectations, but I think the bigger issue is a black actor and a dead black actor being touted as the front runner all season, on his merits alone, and then they tee that up for ratings, and then it just falls on them, and they just look like doofuses. It's like, the optics of it are just so bad on so many levels. It's just like, I don't even know how it's real. Like, I don't know, like it's just so weird.
I don't get it. The optics are terrible, but of course, the day after the Oscars, like president or
like,
whatever,
oh, it's arguably better because people are talking about it.
People are talking about it. Shut the fuck up! Like, I hate when people talk about like
no
bad press is good press. Yeah. No, it's not.
Get
you
out
fucked up. You made a horrible decision. You made a disrespectful decision because it ruined Chloe Zhao's moment. It ruined Chadwick Boseman's moment. Like it just ruined a lot of things. It ruined Anthony Hopkins' moment. Like nobody came out on top. Everybody's moments was ruined. But you're talking about it because, like, oh, people are talking about it now on Twitter and social media. That's not good.
For the wrong
That's not
reasons.
good.
Yeah,
For
we
the
all, have
wrong
a bad
reason.
we all have a bad taste in our mouth now. The way you
Like this was just so like it was mind-boggling to me because I love watching the Oscars. Oscars is such a great thing, and going back to what we were saying earlier with ratings, like this is the lowest Oscar rating. That's not a surprise. Ratings don't matter. And I had people tweeting me and replying to me like, "Oh, well, did you know like in terms of ad revenue, ratings is important?" Yeah, no shit. Like yes, like ad revenue is important
They're
like that. But it doesn't matter. It's not like I kept replying like it doesn't matter. The Oscars are never
history. It's not about the
yeah.
Stuff. Of course, it's built into it because it's a network show and it's
yes.
It's a bunch of rich people sitting in a room. Of course, there's going to be ads. However,
there's ads for every show.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not like the Oscars. They kept saying to me like, "Oh well, Evan, the Oscars got to be careful. The upcoming awards got to be." No, they don't. Like, granted, they shouldn't make these stupid decisions again. They should learn from what they messed up with. But it's not like the Academy Awards are ever going to end.
Anywhere. Yeah.
Right.
No, the Emmys had their worst ratings. They're not going to end. The Grammys had their worst ratings this year. They're not going to end. People deserve to get their art appreciated, regardless if it's music, TV, movies. People deserve to get that kind of stuff showcased.
But that being said, it's like award shows, regardless of the pandemic, the interest in award shows is at an all-time low. And I think it's because they don't target their core audience. They're still going for this ratings thing and trying to, they're always trying to change the ceremony. And I remember in 2019, they're like, oh, we're going to do like cinematography and stuff off screen because that way we can speed up the ceremony and like all this. Just there's something each year. And of course, we haven't even touched on like the representation of the Academy. There's just like all this stuff with that. And of course, there's arguably still some stuff that a lot of progress still has to be made. But that's a whole different conversation. But it's like, just you have so many people that love movies and love the Oscars. Like, why don't you make it for them? Like, and that's what it's about. It's about celebrating movies and the fans that have supported them all year. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and going to that representation thing, it's like it's disappointing. I loved Anthony Hopkins. Anthony Hopkins delivered one of his best performances of all time. The Father is a great movie anchored by a unbelievable performance in Anthony Hopkins, but it is disappointing where a black person hasn't won a leading actor or actress award in years. It's just like they always get the best supporting actor, best supporting actress. That's where a lot of black actors get their awards from, and even then, it's less than 10 out of 93 years of the Academy Awards. Less than 10 times has an actor won. Or black actors won Best Actor, Actress, Supporting Actor, Supporting Actress. So it's just disappointing that another black actor loses Best Lead once again. I can't remember the last.
After touted as being, the front runner, the automatic winner, just like all this stuff. And not to mention, we should also say that like a lot of the people that did win, like Emerald Fennell's win, I think it was like the second time ever that a woman won for screenwriting. For Chloe Zhao's win, it was the first woman of color to ever win for directing and the second woman ever to win in that category, which is just mind-boggling. So, it's like just frustrating that those, especially Chloe Zhao, like that wasn't celebrated as much as it should be. So that's just the whole rant, of course, that we just went on, but I cannot wait for Marvel to hype her up because she deserves the hype that she has coming, and it's going to be amazing to see her.
From Academy Award winner Chloe Zhao.
Yes.
Director of Academy Award winning Nomadland.
Cut to the action scene, shot on location. Let's go.
I
had to hear another article about that. Did you read the thing of like
Feige telling the
we could shoot it all outside with no effects. What? Really?
No, but like I was like reading like Feige was like telling the execs like, you see all this shit? You see this here? It's real. None of that is effects.
Like, are you sure you guys don't want to go to Pinewood or just go to Atlanta? Like, are you sure?
Jeez.
Like, no, we could go on location.
Crazy. Crazy.
But Yeah, I mean, otherwise, we got a trailer for West Side Story in between.
That's
Yeah,
right.
we did, which was a solid teaser trailer. Didn't reveal way too much, but we got a good look at Rachel Zellweger.
Zellweger? Yeah. I
Yeah,
cannot wait for her. She's
she's
already in
great.
Shazam.
She has
She's
a
awesome.
huge fan base. It was funny during
I
the
know.
Oscars. I'm like, I follow her too, mainly because of the West Side Story. As soon as she was cast, I followed her on Twitter. Um, but
Yeah.
like, she has a huge fan base. I'm like, is she from like a Disney show or anything, or is she
No,
just
because
like,
she blew up on like YouTube and her play acting and
yeah,
singing. Do you remember
I
like three
remember
years
that.
ago or something? Like her viral tweet of like her doing a cover of "Shallow" from
Yeah,
um, "A Star Is Born" came out, and like everyone was like, "Oh my god, like this girl can sing!" And
That
then
was her pinned
all of a
tweet
sudden she's
forever.
in West Side Story, and then
Yeah.
he's in Shazam,
Her
and like
her cover was her pin tweet like forever, and then
yeah,
she
she
even like made a
changed
big
it.
deal. She was like, "All right, goodbye, pin tweet." Like, that was West Side Story trailer.
Hopefully she bookmarked it.
Right.
too funny.
Man.
But yeah, she looks great as Maria.
Yeah.
That's another film that I've seen a long time ago. It's been a long time since I've seen West Side Story.
I remember
So
seeing
is it a '60s movie?
It's
I haven't
great. Yeah,
seen it.
1963. Somebody fact check me on that.
Wow.
I think so.
1963.
Something
But yeah, I think it's on HBO Max. Once again,
Nice.
get HBO Max.
Nice.
1961. Damn it! God. It's
But,
on Amazon
the,
Prime actually. Amazon
the elephant
Prime.
in the room. What are we doing about this Ansel Elgort guy? Kind of got some looming allegations.
They're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna do anything.
He's a star of the movie, and it's like
They're not gonna do anything.
Pull a Christopher Plummer. We got it.
It's way too late. It's Steven
So-
Spielberg.
And it's so contradictory for me because it's like it's Rachel's big moment. Like this is her break into the stardom, and then like Ansel's the lead though. I'm like, I hate it. Everything sucks.
Man, I'm here for Rachel. I'm here for Spielberg. But,
I'm like, can I direct my box office dollars like, so
to her
yeah.
exclusive estate.
Yeah, the press for this movie is going to be both awesome for Rachel and then just
Oh my
awkward.
God. Imagine the press tour
Yeah.
is like, what do they get? Every reporter is gonna ask, dude. I feel so bad for her. Like they're gonna have Warner Brothers is gonna try to give her training.
They're not going
all
to
this
ask
stuff.
her about it. Like whenever
have to say
whenever a controversy like that happens, they never. I can't remember the last big. There's always a controversy, right? But when it gets to the press phase, people just aren't talking about it. Like they're not going to bring it up. Like, hey, Rachel,
I don't
what do you
know.
think about these allegations?
I don't
Like,
know.
Whoa,
I think they will.
it's like, when was the last time that has happened? Like, usually by that time, somebody's either removed, so they don't even bring it up, or something usually happens where the press just doesn't do anything. They're not going to ask. They're not going to do anything. And even if because you know what, before it even happened, Ansel's what's it called, management team, PR team, could come out with yet another apology in the fall season. It's going to be an apology tour for him.
I'm so frustrated because I adored Baby Driver so much, man.
I still love Baby Driver. I watch it all the time.
I saw the goldfinch for this man. It looks nice.
I heard so many horror stories about that movie. Jeez,
Nathan liked it.
the gold.
I liked it enough. I like how it looks, and
Nathan likes everything.
no everything.
Hey now.
I wasn't that big on Mortal Kombat Annihilation when I did watch a through of those.
That
before the
movie is
new
a
one.
trip.
Yeah, well, it's so weird, dude. Half the cast is recast. The effects just dropped. I was like, what the hell happened? But yeah, man, it just sucks. Everything sucks. I wish it was just like, which never happened, but it did. And it
Like
sucks.
this is the next big Spielberg movie off of the great hit Ready Player One.
Yes.
Yeah, I had fun.
When's my Ready Player 2? I need it.
I like Ready Player One. I'm
Okay,
super hyped for the
I couldn't
sequel.
tell you for being sarcastic. I was like ready to like.
I was a little bit, but then I don't know why I was being
Smash
sarcastic.
it.
I was being sarcastic, but I did like the movie. I have it on the fucking Blu-ray. So it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. It had Olivia Cook, so yeah, what can go
Yeah.
wrong?
And she's insecure because she's absolutely gorgeous but has a birthmark. And then, okay, that's the whole conversation.
I don't know the.
I can't look at myself.
Oh, right. I was like, okay,
I'm
come
like,
on.
you're
This is
drafting
the. This is the same like trope that Carson was complaining about in Wonder Woman. It was like, oh, the glasses are off. She's beautiful now.
Oh
like,
my god! And they did the same thing in Freaky this year.
Katherine
where
Newton.
she puts on the red coat, and like all of a sudden, the boys are
Coat!
walking down the hallway,
A coat!
slow motion. Everyone's going wild, and I'm just like, good
Yeah.
lord, guys, get it together. Okay, that's
Put your hair in a
that's-
ponytail and people go crazy. Yeah.
Literally.
What up?
Freaky was something else. Yeah.
No one's going crazy for me. That's fine.
Yeah. Crickets in the audience.
God.
Before we move on from the Oscars, we kind of already did though, but I just want to say I'm very excited and looking forward to 2022 Oscars because Matt Neglia from Next Best Picture made a great list of like the trying to predict the possible Oscar nominations, maybe winners.
Dune, Taylor-Joy.
Stuff.
Here we go. 2 movies.
Anya Taylor-Joy, Adam Driver has tons of movies. Like he has House of Gucci.
Yeah, when's Gucci movie coming out?
House of Gucci's coming out in
December,
October, November,
yeah,
December.
something.
One of those last 3 months of the year.
I need it.
House of Gucci, The Last Duel, both of which I think House of Gucci. Would he be Best Actor or Best Supporting? I think he's Best Actor.
Is he not leading alongside?
I think he's leading.
I think he's a co-lead, so yeah, I think it would be lead.
Actor
I think he's
actress,
leading.
right?
Yeah,
And
so
I'm
I think
sure they'll do it strategically, whatever the other thing, whatever the big. I'm assuming, because I don't know if Annette's gonna be, because Annette's like this summer, right? So I'm confused if that's.
Annette, I saw the trailer. I liked it, but it seems like that's way too. I don't know how to
It's a little highbrow for the Academy.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
I don't
it's like
know.
a Terrence Malick kind of thing.
Yes.
And it just seems way too out there to get any kind of awards.
A Ridley Scott movie and the Gucci movie.
Two Ridley Scott movies.
Yeah.
So,
Oh wait, they're both Ridley. Damn it!
Aren't they?
This man is tireless. He does not.
Aren't they both? Am I wrong about that?
You're correct. They're both Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Ridley Scott, give me my fucking third.
He can't get that best.
Give me my third Alien movie and complete my David trilogy. Please.
They're doing the TV show. They're about to.
I need David.
Where's the TV show?
I need Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, and we got.
Yes.
Remember, we got the Shogun show coming to FX.
Hell yeah!
I'm so excited.
How did we get here?
yeah, Carson's always leading us off the track.
Well, it's because he brought up the Alien show, which is
2022 movies. I'm thinking.
I'm kidding, but yeah, there's tons of great stuff. So we have
the Batman will
House of
probably get
Gucci.
technical awards, right?
It's coming out next year, so it'll be.
Can I
after
get my
the
stun award, please?
Oh, sorry for
2022 ceremony for 2021 movies.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so The Northman from our boy Robert Eggers. So The Northman's coming out.
Can you imagine, like, the Batman doesn't, like, get nominated for, like, a whole lot, but then, like, out of nowhere, there's a random, like, yes, supporting actor Andy Serkis.
Let's go.
The Batman.
As the
Like,
Butler. Yeah.
Right? I would be like, oh, wait, what? Like, it's the one thing it's nominated.
So there's tons of great stuff. The Northman, A Quiet Place 2 might get some stuff. James Bond might get some stuff.
Dune's gonna get
Dune is very
for
fascinating because in the article he said, like, for Denis, you're either going to get above the line stuff or just plain old cinematography, sound, visual effects, that kind of stuff.
Guillermo's Nightmare Alley, which is
that's going to be big. That's a stat cast. Guillermo's Nightmare Alley. Bradley Cooper's going to be in another movie. I forget what it's called.
Nathan and I got Matrix 4. Let's go.
Ooh, that's going to be big too, man.
You know what?
There's a ton.
If Gary Oldman can win for Darkest Hour, surely Colin Farrell can win for his portrayal of the Penguin.
I forgot he won for Darkest Hour. Jeez.
Yeah, he. I had Daniel Kaluuya pegged that year for Get Out, and then he won, and I was like, damn it. Then they're both at this award show, and I'm like, haha.
Oh, the King Richard
movie. We have a
movie.
new Wes Anderson movie coming later this year, finally.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's the Soggy Bottom one?
No, that's Paul Thomas Anderson, which is also coming this year.
Oh, jeez. I get them confused all the time.
Yeah.
Isn't there like one good Paul Anderson and one bad one of like filmmaking?
I think you're right. I think there's a bad Paul Anderson.
Isn't Paul W.S. Anderson the bad one?
Yeah, it's like what
he directs like monster movies, or
he did a Resident
Monster
Evil
Hunter.
franchise,
like
right?
Yeah, like like one recently made Monster Hunter, and then like the other made
Yeah.
like Phantom Thread. And I'm like,
Yeah. They're very different.
Yeah. Isn't that the one who did Mortal Kombat, right? 1995. Isn't
I
that
don't-
Paul
Might be right.
W.S.? Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh my
check
god,
it
I
again.
forgot about the Green Knight as well. It comes out in July. I just still think it'd be too early. But Dev Patel, man, don't sleep on him.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat was Paul W.S. Anderson. Yeah. Because he went on, he was upset that he didn't do Mortal Kombat Annihilation because he went on to do Resident Evil back in the day.
Yeah,
But yeah, Pixar's Luca is coming out. That could be best animated movie because it's Pixar.
Yeah, well, also remember Encanto's in the fall.
Ooh,
So
wow,
that
you're right.
That may
That
take over,
might take over because it's so soon.
which is even more unfortunate for Luca that it's going direct to streaming and not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
what? Paul W.S. Anderson made Alien vs Predator. All right, he's alright.
Did he? I like that movie.
Yeah.
He made the first one. Yeah,
I like that movie. The first one, yeah. The
the
second
first
one.
one. I guess he didn't even do the second one. Well, shit. I even had fun with the 1995 Mortal Kombat. Okay, you know what? This man can have some rights.
He can have some rights back.
A little bit. He gets some credit.
He's out of
Oh,
director
man.
jail. So there's a lot of fun stuff. I think this next year is going to be very fun. Hopefully more like I mean, of course the ratings are going to be better, but hopefully more people are going to be excited for this season because a lot of the upcoming movies just seem more accessible than what we got this year.
Definitely. And more people will be able to see them just because of the nature of it coming out.
I agree.
Uh,
Okay, so what's next on the show notes? I think the Oscars are pretty much done. But so we have another round. Speaking of the Oscars, another round won Best International Film, which is amazing. It's a great movie, but
Carson already dying.
whenever stuff wins awards, especially Best International Films, the next day Hollywood wants to get their remake. Last year we got the day after the Oscars an announcement of a Parasite TV show. We're like, okay, this is weird.
With Mark Ruffalo.
It's Mark Ruffalo, which I think isn't going to happen anymore. I think that was fake.
Yeah. Set in the same universe, Evan. South Korea's a universe.
It's a spin-off, you know?
God.
The same
Jeez.
universe as Parasite. Really?
The whole-
South Korea?
It
Okay.
takes place in South Korea.
Here's
South
my
Korea's
little
its own
rant.
universe.
That is the raciest thing I've
So
ever
I see the headline, right? I'm mad. I see the headline. I'm just like, what? Oh, whatever. God, I hate life. Like,
Wow. That escalated quickly.
but then I click on it and it's like Vinterberg's production. Yes, let me have my moment. Vinterberg's production
Give
crew.
this man-
Like they negotiated the rights and like he's gonna executive produce and he sees this as
Doesn't
another
mean
opportunity to like build on his daughter's legacy. Cause I'm just like, I respect where you're coming from, but also I know it's like I know how this works.
He just getting a
And-
paycheck.
And good for him. Good for him.
Great
but
for
also,
him, yes.
from
good
a
for
pure
you.
Hollywood remake standpoint, U.S. drinking culture is completely different than what's in this movie. Like, completely different. This movie doesn't work if it's set in the U.S. You're going to have to choose a very different direction, and I don't know if that works.
Not at
And
all.
you just don't have Mads Mikkelsen, and it's just weird, and I just hate it. And
Yeah, that's a very
Matt
good point.
Nicholson is already like in American movies. Like
Yeah,
right,
he's
and so
famous
it's just
as
so...
hell. Yeah.
somebody pointed out, I would rather see Mads Mikkelsen do a Danish Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, please.
That would be funny. But yeah, I didn't even think about the whole drinking culture aspect of the film when I heard the remake. I was just like, this sounds stupid. Why are they doing this? But yeah, if you dive into the plot, like the whole drinking stuff, because they have like this festival in, is it Switzerland? Denmark? I forget where
Yeah, it's Denmark, I think.
Denmark, where the movie takes place.
My favorite bands from
And it's just like some teen cultural thing, part of that city, part of that country.
The camaraderie of it. It's way more toxic here, and like...
Yeah, it's America
yeah.
drinking is awful. I was funny because I was having a whole conversation with my mentor teacher about like why I don't drink and why college students love to drink. And I'm just like, it's stupid. And I'm like, how are they going to make a thing about like drinking in America? I mean, it's just going to be a totally different film,
especially for the excess use of in middle-aged men. It's more about depression and alcoholism versus like this slip into this thing that started as one, like it's just from what the movie is portraying and kind of is about. God. So and with Leo too, like I love Leo. I don't know.
It doesn't
just
seem like the kind of
feels
project that he would join, right? It just seems so weird for
right.
him.
And they're
He's
like
so much older now too. Like
it was a bid between Jake Gyllenhaal's company and Leo's company. I'm like,
What are they
such a
doing?
an odd choice to go out.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, it's a great project because it's buzzworthy and people now know of it. But also, I think the film is so great that like
I saw
and we're always gonna have the original. Like it's the same thing when we talk about any franchise or any different thing. The original always stand for itself. God, it's so good. And Vinterberg is just.
I'm still gearing up to watch it, and I'm excited to.
Yeah.
Because I love Mad so much.
Then you gotta watch The Hunt, not the Bad Hunt from last year or whatever. The Hunt from Thomas Vinterberg with Mads Mikkelsen, their first collaboration. Heartbreaking movie. I don't know if I can watch it again, but
You're really selling it there, Carson.
Remember it's the one where like he gets
I
blamed
know,
for the
I know,
sexual
yeah.
assault and then like
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you were
my
telling me
God.
about that. Oh my God, that sounded fascinating.
Yeah, it's a whole deal.
Oh my God, yeah, I need to. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna check those out. But yeah, we take it back to our boy Bong Joon-ho that was saying like if you just get past the 1-inch hurdle of subtitles, you get a whole new world. I'm literally watching anime with subtitles right now. I've never done that.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well,
Good job, Nathan.
you watched all of Demon Slayer subs?
No, I haven't finished it yet, but I'm currently watching it in sub.
Okay. Awesome. What episode are you on, by the way?
Pretty much like
remember?
the last one I updated you with, the dude that like changed
15?
how the bongos. Yeah.
Okay.
We just met the blonde dude.
Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. I love that show.
I'm trying to finish in the next few days, so like by probably Monday.
I teared up a little bit in the theater. It was a great movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch the movie by Monday, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's been very.
I had to yell at some some kid in front of me who kept talking. I'm like, shut up.
It's been very popular in my theater, like to a point like even now it's like it's still filling up more than currently Mortal Kombat. So
yeah, I predicted it's going to be number 1 this weekend at the box office. I think it's going to beat Mortal Kombat.
You think it's going to drop less?
Because it's expanding in theaters this weekend. It's adding like 200 more theaters.
Yeah.
I could see it.
But yeah, going back to another round, what Carson's saying, like Jake Gyllenhaal and Leo were in talks, which is very surprising. Both actors seem like the kind of actors who are very specific in terms of what they join. I'm gonna say that
kind of
Jake
against
Gyllenhaal's
like that against the grain in terms of where they choose their projects.
Exactly.
Wait, just one more thing with the Demon Slayer. It's funny.
Oh,
I was working a ticket drop, taking people's tickets. And like this one dude came, I scanned his ticket, and he was like, "Hey, do you by chance know if this movie is in English or Japanese?" And I like checked back, and I was like, "This one is in Japanese," and he was like, "Yes."
That's awesome.
It was so good.
I was pissed when I went to go see Weathering with You, and it was dubbed.
And they had the
I'm
dub.
like, God,
Oh
come
damn!
on."
I watched it subbed. What?
Yeah, my Fandango said subbed, and it was dubbed, and nobody else.
Did you like get a refund or something because you're so mad?
It was weird because like I didn't leave while the movie was playing because I didn't want to watch. That's great.
Yeah.
I still don't have the Blu-ray myself, but I didn't want to leave because I'm like I don't want to miss the movie. But then afterwards, I'm like I still want a refund. They're like, I can't give you a refund. Like, let me talk to the manager. Manager gave me a refund. Thank you very much.
I even watched the
and
then like I eventually got to see Your Name, and I actually did watch that. I watched that subbed, which was. I watched that subbed while drinking too. Remember when I went live that night?
Such a funny stream.
Funny.
Oh, by the way, I finished a whole bottle of wine during the Oscars.
Yeah, that was hilarious. We're just like, oh, God.
But also, like, I recovered pretty quick from that. Like, it wasn't. I mean, I had the wine for a bit, so maybe it died. But
Nathan just got gassed in another round.
Another round.
Right?
Two.
No,
There
literally.
you go.
I literally like was like, yeah, the poster.
But yeah, it just seems so weird that Jake or Leo would want to even be a part of it. And going back to remakes in general of international films, you have to change the concept completely, which is why a lot of these remakes never come to pass. It's very rare. Like we get a Girl with a Dragon Tattoo because that was kind of like a thriller kind of thing. But usually these kind of things never come to pass. There was a Your Name live action movie that was supposed to be set in Chicago with a Native American lead actress. It's still happening, but I don't think it is anymore. I think it's pretty much canned.
There is.
Yeah.
just there is so much enjoyment you can find in subtitled film. Like for example,
I know.
Oh hell yes.
Donnie
Literally,
Yen.
yes.
I love Donnie Yen. His Ip Man films are like held as some of the best martial art films produced, and like I remember, like I think the first when I was like watching it, like my dad was showing them to me, and like it was like in English. It was on the dub. It was we had the multiple settings, but like I was like listening to it, and I was like, that's not Donnie Yen's voice at all. I don't like this. Like, please
Right. Dubbed
swap
over.
over. And then you just like hear him talking. It's just so much better, like with his conviction. Because Donnie Yen is great. He's a great actor. So yeah, man, just like read, goddammit. Like,
Like no other country has this cynical view on language compared to the U.S. It's so weird, and like just like having like this sounds like total film student, but just like watching movies from other countries, like you just unlock so much. And I'm just like, I talk with Evan every week of like, oh my god, South Korean movies, but it's so true. It's a whole
Different.
history, and it's like, oh my god, they're just better. They just do it better. There's
They do
no
it
other way
better.
to say it.
Yeah, South Korea. Yeah.
I do find kind of bummed sometimes because like I was watching Demon Slayer and like they're like talking. I'm like reading the lines, but then sometimes I don't finish what they say when it gets to the next line. I'm like, oh fuck, like rewind for a second. But even so, their performances are really good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been watching subtitles. I don't know the first time I started reading subtitled, but I remember like my first anime, not my first, but the biggest one I love is Naruto. I've been watching that since like 2000 in second grade, it's like 2004 or something like that. And I've been like ever since then. I've been reading like subtitles like in elementary school because I was like, I gotta watch Naruto. I gotta see what happens next. And it's just bonkers to me that in America we're still not there yet with subtitles. I thought Parasite
What's
might be
weird-
achieving things, but
What's
maybe
weird
not.
is like there's like so many people out there who will watch like American stuff of their own language with captions on, and I was just like, what's the difference here? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy. It's that elitist thing in America.
that's funny
Yeah,
on like my
totally.
end though. On my end with that though, I'm like, why do you have the captions? It's in the way. Like, I know what they're saying. Like,
I always have captions on.
okay. I mean, sometimes it's like captions are very helpful. I mean, I remember I'll grow up with like films and I'll think one line was said a certain way, and I actually
Then you
see
watch
what
it
they
again.
said, and I'm like, what?
There's a comma there? No.
No, not as a comma. It's just like they pronounce something differently. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, I know
oh,
what you're saying.
my brain interpreted that weird when I was 7. Like,
Like Game of Thrones, I've always watched it with subtitles on. I have to watch Game of Thrones subtitles because it's a dense show.
Definitely.
But
accent.
Speaking of global successes and all sorts of things, Godzilla vs Kong has now surpassed by a lot of money King of the Monsters box office, and we are continuing the MonsterVerse with a rumored, or the rumored title is Adam Wingard's coming back. The rumored title is Son of Kong. We don't know when it's going to happen because remember Adam Wingard is doing the Thundercats
lot
movie
of
for Warner
things.
Brothers and another
Something
project
else,
for Paramount, I believe. So no timeline on it. I would think they would want to do it like 2024. Like get it soon because things like with the MonsterVerse of like diminishing returns, and this has been the first like super big success in the middle of a pandemic. Like they got the momentum. So I would think they would fast track it, but story wise, what are you speculating, Nathan, for Son of Kong, and are you excited that Wingard's coming back? Give us your thoughts.
Yeah, man. So at first, like my knee jerk reaction was like, but wait, what about Son of Godzilla? That's what I want the most. But then also, I genuinely do care about Kong, and I think I care about Kong even like the most because of this film. Like Adam handled Kong like so well as a character that I think he's in really good hands if he's returning for like a focused Kong film. As far as I have like thoughts on plot as well as far as Godzilla goes. I feel like they have to negotiate a new contract with Toho because I think it's like finished at that point. Because we got
Interesting.
a lot from Godzilla. Like for King of the Monsters alone, they were like, "Here's 3 heavy hitters," and then like this one is like Mega Godzilla. Like, oh my god, my dreams. Then like there's still so much more you can pull from and have adventures with, and I really want to see that. Especially want to see Son of Godzilla. I think that would be really fun to explore. But with Son of Kong, I find quite interesting because it seems like they talk a lot about how like there's not really any other Kongs right now. So the first thought people are like, who's Kong mating with? Which personally, I don't actually think that'll be a point to explore. I think maybe it'll be more like a thing where like you discover another younger lost Kong species that he could maybe like mentor and adopt as his own.
That makes more sense. Yeah, I would like that.
More like that. Whereas like Godzilla, he has like his own reproduction on his own to just like a new spawn. So
Godzilla. Kong's side to be like Who's Kong clapping cheeks with? I'm like,
Stop
my
it.
God,
Oh
you
no!
guys.
Stop.
Oh dude.
Oh my, I hate.
With how
That's
innocent
not-
of a character Kong is, I don't want you
Right,
flicking
like-
this on my boy. This man just looking at floating rocks, having a good time.
Yeah, I want more Hollow Earth stuff.
Yeah, dude, I think we'll spend the majority in there. I think it'll be fun. I hope the deaf girl comes back. She was great.
Best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think it'll be like a direct continuation with like a time skip, obviously, or what do you think, or just all new characters, or even more focused on just Kong and whoever else?
It could
in
be a Batman Beyond kind of thing, where it's weird, but it's like a very older Kong, but like a new, like Nathan said, a new one like is discovered, and like Kong tries to like I don't know, like show him the ropes, protect him, stuff like that, from a new monster that comes out to fight Kong. I don't know.
Well, actually, that's kind of like how I view Son of Godzilla. Taking up the mantle when his father passes. But
Oh, that's sad.
it is. Godzilla vs. Destroyer does just that, which is like the big devil monster that Godzilla fight. There's so much lore. there's almost 70 years of lore now to pull from for Godzilla. But for Kong, I feel like you could even like have like the kid from Godzilla vs. Kong like interacting with this younger Kong and stuff like. Because also in Skull Island, Kong was also marked pretty young at that stage, and he was a lot smaller. So it would be like an interesting exploration, especially like the size comparison of the two Kongs and like fighting these different monsters. There's a lot of threats out there in the Hollow Earth, so it could be an interesting exploration.
I'm just looking at the release date calendar, and I'm like, like I could totally see them fast tracking just because of how successful this was, and saying, "Hey, we'll do Thundercats after whatever." I mean, they already have the rights. Like,
I just looked it up. It looks like he's doing Thundercats and the remake of a reboot of Face Off.
That's right. So release date wise, I was like, okay, at the absolute earliest, if they just went all in, it could come out March 2023.
That's very fast.
But I think Godzilla King of the Monsters was 2019, and then Godzilla vs. Kong was 2021.
Yeah.
I think how fast.
It was supposed to be 2020 as well.
Yeah, it was supposed to be back-to-back years, but the March 2023 right now is the big Dungeons and Dragons with I think Chris Pine's in it, and that's March 3rd, and then there's a Universal event film and a untitled Disney live action, so could be open for March 2023. I don't think it'll be that early, but
for Thundercats. Yeah.
So we'll see.
But Nathan, so like, but this was the rumor title. Like the rumor title was Son of Kong. If they don't go that route, because I presume like this was a rumor because some executive was like, we could do Son of Kong, give that to reporters. Like it might not come to pass. What other story would you want to see they do next?
So there's like a couple monsters I would like to see Godzilla go up against. As well as far as the plot of the story, it's pretty open to like how you want to explore it within like the world of Monarch and all that. But like monster I want to see forever is Anguirus. He's like this spooky armadillo. He's
Oh yeah,
he's
okay, yeah.
the first monster Godzilla ever fought, and eventually becomes an ally like Rodan and Mothra. I would love to see. I think next up, I really want to see Biollante, which is like this big like plant monster that is like this plant that was spliced with Godzilla's cells. It's insane. But
So you would want like a Godzilla centric movie next, or a Kong's? Which one would you prefer next, a Kong or a Godzilla?
I mean, Godzilla, I think, just because I love him so much, and he was very villainous in this last installment.
Yeah,
So, and Kong got the most heart, but I know like with Adam Wingard, he will have a lot more depth in his hands. But yeah, Godzilla's got a lot of cool beings. Like Gigan would be cool. He's another space being with like saw hook arms.
I saw that one. I'm like, yo, that one looks insane. Like coming from
Pretty dope.
space, like that looks in. That looks crazy.
Gigan's pretty dope. He's teamed up with Ghidorah a couple times.
Yeah, I saw this one side of like the top 10 like villains they could do for Godzilla. I'm like, these villains like absolutely wild. Like if we could see those in like 2020 whatever graphics, that'd be
Absolutely.
insane.
And like I think like a big like saving for like a end of era type deal would be Destroya, because that could be the death of Godzilla movie essentially, that then like the son will inherit the mantle.
Mhm.
And I was actually like looking into like other stuff for like King of the Monsters, stuff that was left on, or not King of Monsters, Godzilla vs Kong, that was left on cutting room floor, specifically Serizawa's son related stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Looking to like original like plot, like symmetry of like different parallels, and then like also novelization stuff of like what they were potentially going to explore. Because there was like a lot of different like allegories of like different parallels between humans and monsters. Like for example, like how Kong lost a lot of his family, so did Gia, the deaf girl. Different stuff like that. And then they were like pairing like the thought process between like Serizawa's son, how like like our Serizawa that we know is like really big into Godzilla, but then like why is the Serizawa not? And it's probably more exploration with Godzilla like just taking the obsession away. But then they were like getting to like the actual plot stuff, and it was like, oh, this is interesting because like they have like the whole like neural connection thing with the Ghidorah skull. There was going to be an interesting thing where like because like the memory of Ghidorah essentially takes over the AI of the Mecha Godzilla. Like there was going to be a potential point where like it influenced like Serizawa himself, the human,
Whoa.
like a quote unquote like neural possession in that sense.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
I know, which is
That's
like,
fascinating though.
It is. It's like it could be hokey, but it's so interesting. And,
Right, because like he would have a voice, like
Yeah.
oh my god. Like,
well, if they
That's
made him
creepy.
even speak.
like oh.
But I think basically like what it was gonna do, because like it's a Godzilla body, like eventually it was gonna like be a stepping stone to like the Mecha Ghidorah for like an official like like
Oh wow.
round 2 return kind of thing,
Yeah.
which they've done before. They did it like backwards in like the like 80s era series. It was Mecha Ghidorah first, then Mecha Godzilla, but they could do it for reverse engineered it here.
And speaking of returns, they bring back Millie Bobby Brown and Kyle Chandler.
No, please.
At this point,
Kyle
I don't
Chandler
care,
can be
you
in
know?
it. I don't.
We don't know why.
We don't know why.
Godzilla's killing people, and we don't know why.
Ghidorah's a human. We don't know why.
I would totally watch that.
Hell yeah.
So,
But yeah, man. That's just like the past though. But as far as the future goes, again, I would like more Serizawa not being dead, but I feel like he's dead. So, it sucks like how much was cut out there. We've talked about before. But as for the future, I really think there's a lot of fun, different things you can explore, especially if they go like the route of like a couple of movies they've done, like whether it's Destroy All Monsters or Final Wars, where like they get all of like the existing Godzilla monsters they fought together and like go head to head, just like one big like Infinity War level Godzilla film essentially. They get pretty crazy, pretty fun, but also I think it could also be fun to just have like a really like chill Godzilla villain, like a head to head, like whether that's like Ebera, the sea monster, it's like a lobster looking creature, or because more aquatic battles could be fun.
Yeah, I did like the water battles in Kong versus Godzilla. Those were pretty cool.
Yeah, man. I would like to see like Rodan return. I want to see more Mothra. I would watch a Mothra movie. I would watch a Rodan movie.
Nobody's gonna watch a butterfly movie.
They will. They've watched 4 of them. There are 4 standalone Mothra films you can watch.
In America, nobody's gonna watch no butterfly. It's gonna flop.
God damn it, Evan! This is the subtitle argument. Even though it's already being remade by America, but it's a moth. Thanks.
Yeah, butterfly, idiot.
But Mothra, the
What's the
protector,
difference?
the protector of Earth, unlike the nature side, it's pretty fun. Instead of keeping humans in check, just keep them in nature.
It's just very interesting because I thought this franchise was going to die after Godzilla vs. Kong.
Right, like I thought it was it. Like,
so actually, an interesting exploration could be stick with my insanity. If they did a Godzilla vs. Biollante film, there's 2. You can have Mothra in that because this could actually pair. Because there's like, in terms of like the cuts between America and Japanese films, there were like 2 different explanations for how this becomes, like whether it's Biollante cells drifting off into space or when Mothra flies out into space, and she has Godzilla cells on her that she's spreading. Anyway, however they want to do it, Godzilla cells going into space then can form the creature known as Space Godzilla, which looks like Godzilla with like these giant like crystal
let's cross this
shoulders.
over with Vin Diesel, and I'm here.
Space Godzilla.
Have you seen Space Godzilla?
No, I haven't.
Look at a picture of Space Godzilla right now.
This is insane.
It's pretty insane. It's pretty cool though. It's a cool design. I would like to see it. I mean, if they could do a confirmed Ghidorah from space, they could do whatever they want.
Wow. Okay. Those are quite the shoulder pads.
Yeah, man. They light up.
They glow in the dark.
Hell yeah.
Funny.
He kidnapped Godzilla's son at a point. It was a lot of fun. I think they even had like a
complete random point, but I was like looking at because I was looking at the Scott Pilgrim release as Nathan was going on his Godzilla thing, and I was looking at Space Godzilla, but then I started looking at movies, and Mission Impossible is having Fathom events. The original Mission Impossible will be in theaters.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that.
May 16th or the week of May 16th.
I think it's just the first one. But yeah, dude, absolutely.
Yeah, just the first one. I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there.
Oh yeah.
With Kittredge.
God, he's coming back. Crazy.
I saw an image of Biollante as well. Biollante looks creepy.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like big
I can see them
crocodile mouth.
I can see them adapting that. That looks pretty easy to adapt. It's just like a giant plant monster.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff they could do in the future.
They could have King Caesar. Like,
yeah.
God, they pray to. I would love to see Jet Jaguar. Who they're putting in the Godzilla anime coming to Netflix. Is it going Netflix, right? With Funimation?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't look too good, but it's coming to Netflix.
Oh,
good
Nathan
for me.
will have to disagree.
Somebody said like Godzilla doesn't show up to the 4th episode.
Oh, Gareth.
Yeah, but
no, I'm just kidding.
No, but Jet Jaguar is great. He's cool.
It's a robot.
Yes. And
I don't come to watch a robot. I come to watch Godzilla mess shit up.
You're not a Pacific Rim fan, are you?
Not the second one, and the first one's okay.
Oh. Telling Guillermo.
We're constantly in the apocalypse.
That's so good. It's so fun. But yeah, dude, I am obsessed with the MonsterVerse, and I want to see it have a rousing success, and I hope they can maintain a good box office.
What company is this doing the monster movies? WB? Or...
WB
Legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary doesn't have a ton of stuff. I mean, they have Dune, but like I would love for them to like have their own staple. So that'd be good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. What's next though?
Silk.
On our notes, Silk. Yeah. This is interesting because they've kind of reported about Silk before already, but it looks like it's actually happening. It's coming out, or at least they have a writer's room, and they are looking for the lead actress, and production may start later this year, which makes it seem like they could come out like in 2022 or early 2023.
Is this Olivia Wilde's movie?
No, that's
No.
Spider Woman.
No, that's Spider Woman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Snake bite.
Is he really
Come on.
casting a manifesting?
But yeah, Silk is a very fascinating comic book character. Love me some Silk. It was funny. I think she got bit by the same spider that bit Peter Parker.
Yes, it's great. She's
Yes.
she's bit by the same spider. I forget the circumstances that caused her to like be shut away from the world, but she was until like I think Peter like uncovers her and then like releases her out in the world, which kind of makes her like not completely like fish out of water, but like a more like product of the time she comes from.
Exactly.
Into the era.
Yeah, it's a really cool story. It's very sad because like Nathan said, like this is the same spider that bit Peter Parker. Like it bites Peter, and then in its dying moments, it bites Cindy Moon as well.
Asian representation.
Yep, age representation. And then like this company is like, we can help Cindy with her powers, and then they kind of like experiment on her, lock her up, kind of like a old boy situation. They'll lock her up, and then years later she's out, but then like her family's missing. It's kind of like a mystery of like, where did her family go? What happened to her family? While also learning to develop her powers. She's out of time, and she's still a teenager. So it's kind of like you get that Peter Parker perspective where she's a teenager fighting crime, but also she wants to look for her family and what happened to them. So it's a great story, great representation, like Nathan said. So it's just a fantastic comic book character. Also, her the reboot of her comic book series started like in March or whatever. So they're on like issue 2 or issue 3 right now of a new reboot. If people want to read that,
nice. And she has like such a great like looking costume too.
Oh
so
yes,
cool.
it's so cool.
Just the red mask and just the black and white. She shoots her webs out of like the two. Instead of like pressing the fingers down, they just come out the tips there. Of the two fingers there.
It's not mechanical like Peter. It's just all straight up like from her body.
Yeah.
So she can create clothes out of like. Yeah.
Yeah. Her first iteration of her costume was just all web, and it was like, wow, that you need a costume. But it's a cool It's a cool concept, but it's not practical.
Yeah,
so
I forgot about that. Her first costume
also
was all web. So it was weird.
Because also, if we know the science of the spider webs, they dissolve. So you really need to
awkward.
It's a time-sensitive suit.
You don't need early 2000s
Fantastic Four
comedy. They did it in both films.
Why?
Why?
Because it's Jessica Alba. That's why.
That's the only.
That's the only
Thanks,
reason.
Tim's story.
God damn, those movies, something else. I do like the first one was pretty funny.
I have fun with both. I have fun with the characters.
Second one I can't stand. Besides the Human Torch and Silver Surfer scene, I love that in the beginning. Great chasing.
Cool.
God, we should do commentary on that movie.
Oh, we should. Oh, we need to.
All the Marvel Legacy Disney Plus editions. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Are they on Disney Plus right now?
I think they're about to add Silver Surfer, and the first one is on there.
Heck
yeah. Man, the first one is. I used to watch the first one.
Guys, I don't think I've seen. I don't know if I've seen. I've probably seen it as a kid, but I don't remember it. I couldn't tell you what happens. I couldn't tell you what happens in that movie. I could not tell you.
Wow, really?
You gotta watch it.
We gotta watch all the Fantastic Fours.
Yeah, I know the first one like scene for scene. I know the first one. It's so good. Second one is.
Did you ever see the Fantastic Four deleted scene? Mr. Fantastic like alters his hairs on his face or like all the form on his face to look like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Oh yes, I saw that one.
Oh my god, I gotta look this up.
The stories of Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and like the supposed to happen cameos, like how he was supposed to be in the first Spider-Man, like literally the X-Men costume was locked and they only had one day and it was locked. They couldn't get it, so they canceled the cameo. That's the whole reason.
Yeah, they try to put him in everything back in the early 2000s.
Isn't it so weird to think of stuff like that? Like, the Amazing Spider-Man Oscorp Tower was supposed to be in the Avengers, but they didn't have enough time to render the skyline. So you're like, all right, forget it. So many times they try to make Spider-Man...
We dodged a bullet there.
I'm glad where we are now.
Yeah.
It's like the Sony email hack was, like, tragic, but also we probably wouldn't have gotten where we are now.
It was a necessary evil.
We don't need the All-Man movie.
But I'm glad Silk is getting a TV series. I was initially disappointed because it was like confirmed to be a movie, But then it was like, okay, no, it's going to be a TV series on Amazon. I was like, really? But with all the TV superhero shows that we've been seeing, I'm like, okay, give us a 6-episode Silk TV series on Amazon. And Amazon's killing
especially
it.
if it's a mystery, like you were saying.
Yeah, especially if it's a mystery, a thriller, with like that classic Peter Parker high school story. Like, there's a lot of cool themes that can make this
Is
show
it in
really
the
good.
Venom verse?
Is it? Yeah, like Phil Lord and Chris Miller are executive producing this.
There we go.
We don't know the directors and writers, so I'm very intrigued to see who they get there.
Remember the end credit scene of Venom is a Spider-Verse clip?
Wow, it is, yeah.
And I thought that was just gonna be for theaters, but then I watch it like on home media, and it's still there, the Spider-Verse clip. And I'm like, oh,
You have the Venom DVD?
I have it on digitally.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, no. I have the 4K Blu-ray.
You can see him eating lobsters in 4K.
Yes. Remember when Cars?
You know what? I had so much fun with that movie. It's fun.
And the sequel's gonna just be better.
It's so
because
fun.
Andy Serkis is a fantastic director.
Compared
to Ruben Fletcher or whatever his name is.
Zombieland's great. Andy Serkis, do you have Zombieland?
I forgot it was the same. How?
I know, right? Yeah.
It's Sony. That's why.
It is. Yeah. Sony be Sony.
Remember that one day I'm talking about a topic where I'm just like, there was a leaked costume of the Venom design. They have the White Spider now, so they're gonna have the Spider-Verse connection. Yes. I still have hope in my heart, but
I know you do. That's why I like you, David.
It's like I'm in this man's whole career every day.
Amazon does have, you're muted, Carson, but
the optimism that we try to have, Nathan channels for us.
Carson's in the middle. But yeah, Amazon's killing a superhero project right now. Like the Boys and Invincible, two great Robert Kirkman comic book stuff.
Two more seasons. Let's
go.
Yeah.
2 more seasons of Invincible. That is beautiful.
Yeah. I need to watch the finale right after this, but Kelly just came in here. That's why I was muted. She's like, because I watched the first 4 episodes of Shadow and Bone with her, and usually she binges shows like really fast. And so we haven't watched the next episode of Shadow and Bone in like 5 days. And so she's like, we're watching Shadow and Bone after this. And I'm like, I don't know.
I'm starting Shadow and Bone tomorrow with my brother. I can't wait because I've been so excited to watch Shadow and Bone.
It's cool. I like
Give me that Raylo. Give me all the Raylo. Yeah. Give me all the Yanks. But I think our last big news stuff is the DC fandom confirmed for October 16th this year. Yeah. So not much to say there, but like, what do you guys? Another one.
To that point, I didn't think they'd do another one. I thought it was just like, yeah, we're chill. See you Comic-Con, but then I don't know. Comic-Con's now like this weird
virtual
Thanksgiving Day weekend.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. It is Thanksgiving. It's not in the summertime. No. Interesting.
So, and then they're gonna pick back up in the normal July the following year, and it's like, fandom.
Real quick, like, what is Marvel gonna do now? Like, they're not gonna do Comic-Con probably.
I really like their Investor Day thing that they did.
Yeah, they could do. Do they have D23 this year, or was it last year? Or was it next year?
I mean, nothing happened last year.
Yeah, no, I think it was D23 was the same year as Celebration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it the? God, I can't remember.
So it's every 2 years, right?
Yeah, so it would be 2021, but I don't know if it was postponed because I'll have to look.
Yeah,
but fandom wise, I think so. The Flash and Black Adam are now shooting, so I think we'll get first looks at that footage. For sure. Those 2 movies.
Another The Batman trailer.
Oh, the Batman, like the Batman trailer.
Yeah,
full trailer.
Yeah,
the Batman.
Full trailer. Yeah, that's gonna be huge. And then I think Aquaman 2 will be starting filming this year because that.
Yeah, Aquaman 2 filming very soon.
December 2022, right?
Over the summer, they're starting shooting.
So maybe we'll even get a look at that. And then I think we'll probably get Patty and Gal come out and talk about Wonder Woman 3.
You think so?
Just to talk.
Yeah.
Not,
Not
I
a
mean,
chance.
we were talking about the
Not
Flash
a
last
chance.
year.
Yeah, we got concept
Not a
art. We're
chance.
like, oh, Michael Keaton's
Michael
gonna be in it.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
What do you
Evan,
mean
it's
not a
Omen
chance?
3.
Not a
Omen
chance.
3.
What
Not
are
a
you
chance.
talking about? Not
Flash
a
has been
chance.
Not a
development.
chance.
Flash.
You don't think it's gonna happen?
Not a
They give us
chance.
that, and
It's
then-
happening, but it's gonna be after like Rogue Squadron, so like they're not even gonna be close to the production stage at all to even
She'll have
show anything.
story.
But Patty's not writing the script, though. I don't think.
So what does she have to show? Say we're doing it? It's already confirmed.
Story?
Hey
Oh my
guys, this
gosh.
movie's set in modern day.
Let's
It
go.
can be a 10. It can be
Chris
a
Pine's
10-minute
back
thing.
again.
There can be like
Oh,
2
God.
pieces of concept art, and there can be like,
There's
yeah.
no
this is what we're
concept.
gonna do.
They're way too early for that.
What are
Way too early.
I think you underestimate how
Put me,
far they
somebody.
are.
What episode are we on? This episode 37 of. Okay, yeah, I am time stamping this because I am like.
Oh, you crazy!
Let it
You're
be known.
crazy.
Let it be known, there will be no Wonder Woman news at this DC fandom.
Yes, there will
Zero.
be.
Zip. Zero. Nada. Of course.
There
you
will
got
totally be news.
Just way
And
too
then
early.
what else?
What's the next Blu-ray I could pull out?
What else is there?
So you mentioned Black Adam, The Flash, Batman, Aquaman.
I think we
Shazam.
gotta address the Superman question.
Oh,
because,
Shazam 2.
Shazam
Where's
2,
the
which will start
guys?
filming next year.
I think. Oh, is
Right.
it filming next year?
They're coming out. In
Oh, it is
How
coming out.
old
in
are the
2023.
kids? Zachary Levi says we must hurry.
It's okay. Time jump.
Tragic. They're in college now.
So that will be a panel.
Oh my God, Evan.
God, what else? What am I missing? Because
I
are they
think-
going to address Superman? Is the big question for movies.
Ooh, maybe not Superman, but they might address.
Supergirl.
Are they doing a Batgirl movie still too? It's not Joss Whedon's Batgirl.
It was supposed
somebody
to be
else.
the writer
He's
from.
exited.
Yeah,
Birds
he
of Prey
couldn't
or
crack the
somebody.
story, guys.
Yeah, fired.
He couldn't crack this. It's fucking
He
Batgirl.
couldn't crack
He
his
couldn't
own
crack the
sexism.
story. I know, right? Heyo. Oh man, the guy sucks. Piece of crap.
You're
Bye
right.
bye. Adios.
Bye-bye,
Hasta la
yeah.
vista.
Jeff Johns, you gotta go too.
Sonata.
So yeah, but I think Batgirl and Supergirl could be news that we could hear
Potential.
as well.
What was like there was like 2 projects recently that were announced.
But Superman, that one black Superman.
we're gonna
thing.
hear about the HBO shows. We're gonna hear about Katana. I
Ooh.
feel like for sure.
Zatanna and Static Shock.
What
Yeah,
about
Static
the
Shock.
what about the Gotham police show?
And yes, the Gotham. They got the new writers.
Oh,
I'm sure
and
that
Peacemaker. James Gunn's Peacemaker.
Yeah,
Totally seen
Peacemaker.
footage
That
of
totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
We got it. That's everything.
There we go.
That's everything. for
That's
the
literally
main-
everything.
That's everything. That's not the CW.
Yeah.
And
You're
HBO
probably going to
Max.
confirm more Superman and Lois stuff from the CW.
Yeah.
I feel like there's other. Isn't J.J. Abrams doing something with
Producing
Warner
the
Brothers?
Superman, right?
Isn't there?
It-
Oh, Justly
it
Dark.
rumored.
Is that happening on HBO?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We just had
Okay.
New Gods canceled, so I'm sad.
Wasn't it that big Superman scoop? They're looking for a Superman color, and JJ was
Yeah.
to produce. Do you think they'll
Black
address-
Superman? J.J. producing, Ta-Nehisi Coates writing. They could address that.
Yeah.
Yeah. More so than Wonder Woman 3 for sure.
a
Yeah.
special appearance by Zack Snyder with the all new.
Well, yeah, people. Yeah, of course. Yeah, we didn't mention that. Like,
Yeah, the comments will just be that the entire
it would just be like, give us
Restore the
confirmation. that there's-
Snyderverse.
Yeah, restore the Snyderverse.
Did
Which
you?
is
Oh my God!
not happening.
I kind of want to. Now I kind of want to talk about it. Did you guys see
Oops.
they Warner Bros. Entertainment posted on their YouTube the Justice League trailer in 4K, and people were like, "Oh, cool!" And then they watched it, and it was for
It's the Justice League
the
trailer.
Justice League.
No way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in 4K, and it's just like it's so not the tone. It's like it's the full Red Sky final battle.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I
it's
saw a
bad.
shot of the Russian girl. Like,
bad.
I was
Oh
like,
no.
everything, and then like, dude, the dislike is hard.
Who thought of
Like,
that? What are
I-
you doing?
They
WB.
must have uploaded the wrong thing because
That movie still exists?
Not even. It was a full 4K.
honestly, I feel like
upscale.
it's a troll because the thumbnail is like that weird shot of Flash like smiling like right
Yeah.
before he's just like
Dude, after
Yikes.
watching the Snyder Cut, I look at it, it's so saturated, and I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so
Yeah.
awful.
It's
Turn
just a
it
disgusting
down.
movie. Yeah, it's
And
just bad.
The comments are, they're all just like, why? What have you done? Like,
Are there
Restore
worse than
the
Star Wars
Snyderverse.
comments on Star Wars YouTube videos? Oof.
that
Oh,
was
God.
tragic what they did to
Don't get me.
Resistance.
uh,
I remember I was like, I was like comparing like the first and second debut trailers for Resistance seasons, and like the first one had a mass dislike, and the second one was like super like hell yeah, and like I'm just like yeah okay, I see you.
Yeah. Oh, did you ever finish Resistance, Nathan? You gotta start that, my brother.
I do have to
Oh
start.
yeah.
Maybe since
that will mend your Star Wars love. Like I'm
I hope
telling
so.
you, our entire group chat
Isn't it
bags
amidst
on it.
the sequel trilogy?
Season 2 is great Star Wars. Like I
Wait,
made, like,
our
great...
chat group dagged on Resistance?
Yes, all of them were like, "Oh, it's just not for me." Like, well,
wait, what?
Like, watch the show,
Oh.
damn it!
Whoa, this is breaking news. Maybe I was busy doing something.
Yeah, go talk to everybody because they need to get back.
You know
on
what
board.
You know what I should do is like since after the premiere Bad Batch is only going to be like half-hour shows. Maybe I'll just like double feature.
That's exactly what I did when I just like was watching Mandalorian. I'm like, you know, I want to put on Clone Wars episode. Oh, I'll put on a Rebels episode.
I got to mend my broken heart from the Mandalorian with the animation.
So you chase the Mandalorian with a better show.
That's exactly what I did.
You take a shot and chase it with one.
I'm just like, oh, this concept art is cool, but I'm thinking too much. Gotta go.
But won't I be going through the sequel trilogy and I'll know where we go?
Nathan, why did you bring that up?
God, I can't.
What are you doing, Nathan? Yeah,
I'm leveling the playing field.
You know,
I win.
I win.
We have to do a Rise of Skywalker commentary eventually.
What are you doing, Carly?
It will be so fun.
I want to do the entire.
It would be so fun.
Sequel trilogy, yes. 7 and 8 were great movies. That's a great trilogy.
Sequel duology.
Sequel duology, yes. I can't count. Duology.
It's a amazing Spider-Man level.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there was a sequel to Last Jedi, but the world may never know.
Yeah.
I saw a special look, 78 seconds of character. That's all I got.
Luke didn't show up to Kylo Ren. Are you kidding me? Sorry. Anyway, it just came out of me.
Hey, I rewrote an entire ending,
which is very good.
It's done very well. I remember I got a spam like right when I posted, I got a spam dislike of like 26 dislikes, and I was like, damn, my heart's broken. I spent 2 weeks on this, fuck. And then I don't know who
the Raylos found it, God bless them.
Yes, they found it, and like I have not gotten really another dislike since. Everything just like blew up more. I was like, what? This is great.
Good old YouTube.
Like every week I'll get like, this is my canon. Thank you so much. And I'm like, hell yeah. Like, it's the best, dude. It's so fun.
Awesome.
And I remember I was posting, I was like, oh god, it's so janky. And everyone's just like, hey, like, oh shit,
we're here.
Just think about what happens when I release the special edition.
Shit.
It's a whole sequel to Last Jedi animated. It's full like 90-minute special.
Before we leave that, before we end though, Percy Jackson, by the way, is casting, which is super exciting. Like this was trending worldwide, like all day whenever the news came out. Like,
the most
this
wholesome
is huge.
casting announcement. Rick's like, you can submit your little thing here. Like, we're so excited. I'm like, Rick, I love you so much.
There's already memes going around. Like somebody was like me sitting in the casting call for Percy Jackson. It was Billy Madison in the kindergarten class.
And what was the title? They're looking for someone that can play 12, and I'm like, thank goodness. Like it needs to be that age.
Tom Holland. Tom Holland, Noah Centineo.
Not Noah Centineo. I'm sure he'll be good in Black Adam. But...
Yeah. But regardless, I do not envy the casting directors right now because it's going to be a worldwide search of all 3,000 people when it's all said and done. I'm assuming.
How did they find Daniel Radcliffe like that?
Right.
Wow.
It has to be lightning in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning. You know.
It's so interesting because
Daisy Ridley crying on command.
Yeah.
People were arguing in the comments saying like, does it have to be super young person? And people were like, yeah, because it's Percy Jackson who worked well with Harry Potter. And the counter was saying like Harry Potter worked because there wasn't a lot of action in any of the Harry Potter movies. It kind of just pointed, but like I kind of understand that, kind of don't, because like in the first movie there is like action towards the end, and in the second movie there's a little bit of action.
I never watched Sea of Monsters.
but Percy Jackson though, he's like sword fighting a lot in those early books. So they have to get a young actor. I'm very curious to how they how they're going to start filming this series, because I think it can be very well adapted for live action. I think it's going to be awesome. I have all the faith in the world. But I'm just very curious. Like in the first book, no spoiler alert, but like you're fighting gods. Like eventually, like you begin to fight like gods that are huge. Like you get to fight
lightning bolt,
lightning bolts. Like I'm very curious to see how a 12-year-old is going to be acting like this kind of thing. Like whenever we think of younger acting, we think of Stranger Things, but they don't have like a lot of stunts. It's like 11.
I could see them getting
CGI.
like they get the 12-year-old
the
act,
volume.
right? And then maybe they get like a 14-year-old stunt performer that they can it'd be really tough, but like something like that. So it'll be, and then obviously effects and blending.
We rigged the volume. We rigged the volume for Stormy Blender.
Yeah, like I'm not worried. I'm just very curious to see how they do it, because Percy Jackson's such a mythological, such an epic book series. Like the fighting gods, demons, monsters, the powers are all very unique, depending on what like demigod you are. So very curious to see how they adapt on all of it.
I just want my blue Coca-Cola. That's all I want.
I cannot wait to look back on this whole cast and like get to see all the videos after season 1 comes out.
Dude,
of, like their screen tests together. If like
I remember
Annabeth
seeing like
and Percy and all that. And
I remember just watching the Marvel Investor Day, and when they had like the casting reveal for Kamala Khan, and like showing like the actress's like Zoom call. She was like walking around freaking out. Like, so good.
I'm so excited for Miss Marvel too, by the way. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Does it come out this year?
It does.
Yeah, like
That's
more like
crazy.
it's probably gonna be around October, because I think they have a Halloween episode.
Is Hawkeye still this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like when is that? Has to come out at the same time as Boba Fett, right? Like that has to come out at the same time.
I think it's gonna be the
Probably
winter Marvel
Christmas
show.
week. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Probably December into January.
But yeah, this casting seems exciting. Meanwhile, Netflix is swapping ages with Katara and Sokka.
Netflix.
Yeah, that show's gonna bomb now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be...
But we have so much more faith that there's an Avatar Studios now making
Avatar Studios.
More
I still can't believe it.
animation.
I still can't
More
believe it.
animation. We're getting like
Feature
movies,
film.
like
Animated movies, animated series. Oh my god!
adapt the comics. Let's go.
I
do it.
have
Team
Paramount
Avatar.
Plus subscription. I do not care. I will do it.
You guys already should have Paramount Plus. There's some good stuff on.
I should have got that.
For what?
I can't.
Big Brother and Survivor. God damn it!
I'm so mad that I missed that deal of like for this week, get it for a year for $30. How did I miss that? I was probably
it was
broke,
very cheap.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I need to cancel my YouTube TV free trial because it's about to charge me like $60 cable bill.
Oof.
I got it for the
I remember
Oscars.
doing
I was
that.
like,
For Kelly and I did it for the Bachelor, the Bachelorette on one of the episodes, because we need to watch it live because it was like the finale or something.
yeah. Oh my god, dude! I watch TV
Tragic.
once. I watch TV once a year for the Oscars. So like when I like queued it up, I was like, "Oh my god, there's more than 2 ads in between." Like,
Yeah, it's like I'm not used to this.
I'm jaded now. I'm like, ah.
Wow, you guys.
Well, aren't you watching on streaming?
I mean, I watched it live. I'm watching. I watched like This Is Us live.
Well, I'm fine watching.
I watched Top Chef live.
I'm fine watching live because I'm like in between. I'm like thinking like, oh, I wonder what's going to come next, and I get to like sit with what I just saw. But then like I was like before the Oscars were coming out, I was just like clicking through channels, and I was like, God, I get like 7 minutes of content, and then I get like another 7 minutes of ads. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, streaming and all that.
yeah,
That's pretty much it, though.
yeah. Did you guys watch anything? Not Mortal Kombat, I could tell.
Wow.
I'll
Shots
watch
fired.
that.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
I want to talk spoilers.
Let me think of my letterbox. I don't think I
Just
watched
TV.
anything.
I watched the first 4 episodes of Shadow and Bone. They're pretty good so far. I'm liking it. It definitely got that YA vibe, but like in a good way, if that makes any sense. Like
How's
it doesn't
Prince
like
Caspian?
it doesn't like try to like overly do it.
He's
I don't know, it's just a really cool show. I really like the lore and getting it explained to me. And Kelly's like, "Oh my god, did you know this?" I'm like, "Oh my god, they can like move fire," and I'm like, "This is so cool." No, and then, what are the ones called? The Heartmenders, Kelly? Okay, I think they're called heart menders, but they can
Yeah.
like alter people's hearts like movements and like make their heart slower, go faster. Like
I was
obviously you can like literally give people heart attacks and like that's how they like they just like
Jeez.
put their
yeah.
hand out, like use the force and go in their heart.
My God. Yeah, I've Emma sent me this link to like it's kind of like what you can do on the like it's like your own Pottermore quiz but for this world
Uh-huh.
and like you're different like person in this realm. And it's
Yes.
like it's fun, man. It's so cool. A lot of
cannot
different things. Like I could see there's like people that could like the atmosphere like cause change the storm
Yeah.
and like different stuff like that. And yeah, there's like different
wait.
like
Oh,
there's like healers.
Yeah, there's a lot of different people and healers
Crazy.
and awesome. It's very
interesting.
fun.
Oh, well, I guess since we last did the podcast, I saw Demon Slayer, Mugen Train. I guess I didn't really have a full review about it.
Every time my friend my coworker he's like he's like taking tickets he's like, oh, I see, are you all caught up? And they're like, yeah, and he's like, good luck. I was like, oh no, don't
Good
do
luck.
that.
Yeah, I teased in our last My Cup of Tea before I saw the movie that this arc is one of my favorite arcs in the entire manga. I think the manga kind of goes downhill in the last act, but this Mugen Train and what they're going to adapt for season 2 in the fall 2021 is two of my top 3 arcs in the entire show of the anime / manga. So there's a lot of fantastic stuff. I think they adapted the movie very, very well. It's funny, it's hysterical. There's a lot of great tension, and it's very emotional too because the main villain really messes with our characters' emotions, especially Tanjiro, our main hero. Don't want to give any spoilers for what happens, but it's very emotional. He thinks about his family, what happened like in the first episode of the series, that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff is brought back into this movie. That kind of is the heart of the movie. Yeah.
I heard that all this isn't like a pretty direct continuation of the final arc of the first season.
Oh yeah. It's a direct continuation. So like if you haven't seen any Demon Slayer and you walk into this movie, it's not for you. Like you kind of have to watch this series, then watch the movie, which kind of is a detriment, but it kind of isn't because like if it's a anime movie, you kind of have to watch the anime before you watch the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was great. But also the heart of the movie is Tanjiro and what happens to him and his character development there. Not a ton of character development until the last act, but the main heart of this movie is Rengoku, the Flame Hashira. In this movie, he is unbelievably great. He is an awesome character, one of my favorite characters in the entire series. He's awesome. Loved him in this. And then another secret character I'm not going to say is also one of my favorite characters in the entire series. Probably my favorite character in the entire series.
Did you cry?
I cried a little bit towards the end because but it's
Everybody
a very
walking out crying like every showing. I'm like and also like I had to like usher the other day. And I was like, I'm not walking in, and like people like
dare.
walk out, and I'm like I'm hiding in another auditorium. Like I can't hear. Like,
yeah. These girls next to us were like tearing up at certain points too throughout the entire movie. Like it's a very emotional movie at points. So it was just very good, and it's the highest grossing film in Japan. It's doing well here in America. I will not be surprised if they do another Demon Slayer movie because there are certain arcs in the series that are shorter and longer than other arcs. The anime has a season 2 coming out this year, and it's kind of a longer arc with a lot of epic battles with Tanjiro. Has to keep on getting stronger because some of the stuff coming up ahead is pretty epic.
Where can we watch Demon Slayer? The
show
Right
it's
now,
on Crunchyroll. Where are you watching it at?
I'm watching it subbed on Crunchyroll. I think you can watch it dubbed on Funimation, but I'm watching it on Crunchyroll.
Subbed on Crunchyroll, dubbed on Funimation.
So there's only one. Is there only one season? Or you said there's
only one season.
I think season 2 is about to drop.
Yeah, season 2 comes out in October.
And so the movie like presumably takes place after that first season.
Yeah, right after.
Right after. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
There's 26 episodes, 20 minutes each.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Which you think is like, oh, that's enough time to like get through quick. It's not. I tried. I tried and I failed.
Yeah. Get to episode 19, Nathan. Get to episode 19.
I'm so sad, man, because like I really wanted to go to that IMAX screening that one night only that was with packed fans. I was ready. Fuck.
It might be on Hulu.
Like were there like pretty good moments happening where like I don't know if you saw with like a bunch of fans, but where they're like, "Whoa!" like,
God,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
made
yeah.
$356 million in Japan.
Yeah, it's
That's
amazing.
crazy.
The animation, there's some points where the crowd goes like, "Whoa!" Especially the last battle of the movie. There's a lot of like crazy animation. Like Ufotable is the animation studio doing this, and Ufotable is known for having Ufotable is the animation, and then A1 Studios is the production studio, and A1 is known for having high quality animation.
I
One of
mean,
my
I'm
yeah.
watching it right now, and I'm just like the way he like has the water form of the sword. I'm like, whoa!
Insane. The water. And they kind of tee it up at the beginning of the movie too, if you're kind of unfamiliar with the water, the fire, the
Water is
wind,
my
the
water is
stone.
my choice of stance when I play Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
You
water.
know, I'm like, I gotta break those blocks, man. Like,
Circle.
There's
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
yeah. So yeah, it's an awesome movie. I had a great time. I hope they do another movie. And there's more anime movies coming out later this year for other shows that I'm watching. Like Sword Art Online is having a movie. I used to watch a lot of Naruto movies when they used to come out. My Hero Academia is coming out with a movie this summer in
their
Japan.
third movie, right?
Their third movie coming out this summer in Japan, starring Deku, Todoroki, Bakugo, and my new favorite character, Hawks. He's great. It's coming out in Japan, which means it's probably coming out in America like early 2022, probably around this time next year for the next Boku no Hero, which is airing in season 5 right now. If you guys want to watch that, it's a great season so
I got
far.
so much on my list. It's insane.
Now that I've started Demon Slayer, I'm finally like broken the threshold of like, finally we're back to anime. We're just,
Yeah.
I want
need
it
to do-
now.
There's
After
so
I
many anime
graduate,
I'm watching
that's
this
what I'm gonna do.
season. Yeah, I was just like you, Carson, and now I'm free.
This summer,
free from these
I'm
shackles.
catching up on My Hero. I'm gonna finish Parasite. I'm gonna finish.
You
I'm
never
gonna
finished
start
Parasite.
the-
I thought you finished it.
No, I didn't finish.
You have to rewatch
I
it
played
now.
myself.
It's
I
too
played
far
myself.
gone.
Yeah, you gotta rewatch it.
Congratulations, you played your
And I want to do Attack on Titan, man, for
Me too.
the part 2 final season or whatever comes out.
I'm surprised you guys haven't been spoiled because of the
When
final
I think
chapter.
I know.
When I think of some like high quality looking animation for anime, I look at like Demon Slayer's really getting me, and then
Demon
I
Slayer's
look
up top. Yeah.
and then I look at Attack on Titan. I'm like, God, this is another realm of animation.
Attack on Titan is beautiful. Yeah.
It's the way they get like the
still
depth
thinking
and
about that
shape
final
of
chapter.
the depth
What?
and shape of faces on like Attack on Titan. I just like, wow.
So good. Like the emotions on their faces. Brilliant stuff. Like season 4 is definitely the highest quality animation. I think season 1 was like the lowest quality animation. It just gets better and better each season.
I'm ready.
But yeah, I'm having a good time. I can't wait to watch more stuff this summer.
Hell yeah. Karst, do you watch anything?
No, just Shadow and Bone. Haven't watched the movie in a while. Not on right now, Evan. No, there's 2 new seasons of the Bachelorette coming. One in the fall, one in the winter. You know. Anyways, no, I haven't watched it much, but like Evan, I'm gonna get on my grind this summer. But tonight, Invincible season finale. Oh my god. I've heard like literally everyone's like 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10.
How many
I'm like,
episodes
guys,
has been Invincible?
8.
8.
They're
And
45
like,
minutes each.
Okay, that's why. Okay. All right, yeah, I'm gonna pick that up.
Like if this finale hits the way I think it's gonna hit,
That show
it may be like one of my favorite seasons of television, like in a long ass time. Like it's that good.
Well,
It's like, yeah, Prime's got to hit another one.
Like there's Top Chef and then there's Invincible. Pretty close.
dang. All right. I watched Mortal Kombat again.
Wow. You watched Mortal Kombat again, but you haven't seen all these other movies that we recommend.
I watched the 7-minute opening on YouTube. No, I didn't watch the 7-minute opening on YouTube.
Me neither.
I
Hey,
didn't
when you do that, why do you do that? I'm not gonna watch that.
I don't.
Why do you do that?
That's weird, man. I'm glad.
I was actually listening to this panel thing today of like the Warner Brothers guy who like does that kind of stuff, and they do it to like, oh, people can watch it and then maybe they'll buy a ticket because they've seen the first 7 minutes. It's not.
No, that's
It's
not
meant
how
for
it
people.
works.
It's meant for people that just have no idea what it's about, and then like,
That's for people who come in late.
It's called Mortal Kombat. There's gonna be combat.
That's for That 7 minutes clip is for so people can show up even later while they stand in line at my concession stand.
Oh gosh.
And I have to eyeball them as they walk in late with their cell phones flashing,
what's
looking
funny-
for receipts.
What's funny is like I'll see some people, I'm like, ugh, but then I'll see other people that I see are clearly here for Demon Slayer, and I look at like what time it is, and I'm like, dear God, I must help them immediately. Like,
They must get to their.
I want to get them in there right now. I'll see them like walk in, I'll take their ticket, and I'm like, there, go,
Go.
run.
That's too funny.
But yeah, watch Mortal Kombat again. I'm still having a blast. I really like it a lot, man. Again, I was saying like it's become like a doorway for me just wanting to. I know it's not like super as in depth as like what the games can get, but it's a great stepping stone. And I think if you're a fan, like you're gonna enjoy it a lot for a lot of different things. I was telling Evan last week, Carson, that I feel like it's something that's like. It feels like a lot more like toned down, intimate because it's already like an R-rated movie, so it's a more limited budget. Right. But like with what they are able to do, it's like it's really fun, and I think it even helps with like it being like feeling like so intimate. It kind of like has that element of like when you're playing like in that arena, like locked in location when you're fighting somebody, kind of gives that vibe. I feel, and there's a lot of great stuff. I think a lot of fun with the characters, a lot of good fatalities and gore. If you're,
I'm gonna watch it this weekend for sure.
Absolutely. It's a blast, man. Every time somebody's coming and see it, I'm like, hell yeah. I've watched the ending so many times just because I want to pop it. I'm just like, yeah. And the music's dope.
Post-credit scene?
There's not.
Pain.
Unfortunately.
No, just kidding.
So much pain. But it's still so fun. It was so. I saw this time watching it again. I got to see it in IMAX, and I was like, hell yeah. This is really cool. Again, the soundtrack is so fire. Like, it's so good. It's so fun, especially by the end credits, because they can do like a new iteration of the techno syndrome. Like dun 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 dun.
Oh no!
Like it's so good.
I have to hear that thing one more time.
It's so good, dude. It's so dope, especially how they use it. It's so fun, man. Hell, I look, if I have to get you guys here for a commentary, let's go, because like I want to see what you guys think. No, Evan, come on, get over here.
Oh no!
Evan, I thought you were excited. What happened? I'm just kidding. It's a hit or miss for me too.
I literally just might watch it tomorrow. I'm just
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I already
He's
said
just kind of there,
like,
and I'm just like.
Yeah.
I think I've already said to Evan, like, it's something where I'm sure he's gonna be like, oh yeah, it's fun. I can fully expect that from him. Yeah. I feel like Carson's gonna watch it and be like, Nathan is pretty cool. Like,
watch me the exact opposite. I'm like,
damn.
Awesome. And Nathan's like, or Carson's like,
I'm gonna fucking cry. I'll cry because I had such a fun time, dude. I mean,
wait, we forgot to mention Paddington 2 has overtaken Citizen Kane.
Yeah, somebody tweeted like, "Oh man," and Orson Welles had a fear of bears. Like,
it's tragic.
Brilliant. I couldn't. You couldn't have wrote this.
I've never seen those movies.
Me either. I need to.
You got okay. I haven't seen Paddington.
We have betrayed Patrick Willems.
Paddington 1 is so wholesome. Evan, there's a Mission Impossible homage where he's going up a chimney to the Mission Impossible soundtrack. It is.
Okay, now you just told me.
Yeah.
Where can I watch Paddington?
I don't know, but I think like the first one used to be on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there.
Paddington 2014 is on Hulu.
I would like to also reconfirm that Mortal Kombat is no cinematic masterpiece by any means. It's just fun. Like, it's cheesy and it's fun.
I'm ready. I'm ready for like that ice dude. I just look so cool.
That ice dude Sub-Zero.
He's like, yeah, it's like freezing blood, and I'm like, oh my god.
Do you have any knowledge of the game?
No.
Cool.
No idea.
I really didn't either. And then like I get it now, and I'm like, I like what you're setting up. We can go big. I'm excited.
I need more.
Hell yeah, it's fun.
Hell yeah. I cannot wait to watch. And maybe I'll go back and watch the 95 movie or the
95.
Log into my Voodoo. I bought them both. No, I bought them both because I wanted to watch them, and then I found out they're on Amazon, and I'm like, fuck.
Are they? Wow.
But I mean, I like that I own the first Mortal Kombat, but like Annihilation, what have I done? That's something I need to watch drunk and do a commentary on. That's what I.
You're like, I'm starting to see merit but I can't just acknowledge it just yet.
Seriously, it's so fun. My favorite character out of the new Mortal Kombat is Kung Lao. It's so fun. I loved it. But yeah, that'll do it here. Under 2 hours. Look at us. Look at it. Who would have thought? Not me. That being said, Evan, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9. I just found out Memories of Murder is on Hulu. I've been looking for
or you
this
can
movie
get
for a
the
long time.
Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
This man-
I love this movie so much. Bong Joon-ho's best movie, I think, is Memories of Murder. It's tied between that and Parasite for me. I love those movies so much. But I was looking up, like, is Demon Slayer on Hulu? And yeah, Memories of Murder is also on Hulu. And it's on Criterion too, that Carson has right there.
Criterion, baby. We
Go ahead,
got it.
Tell him, Carson.
The famous tunnel shot.
Oh.
I'm convinced anything that has a tunnel shot like this, Brick has a tunnel shot like this.
Brick has a great
my
tunnel
movie.
shot. Yeah.
Automatically my
Brick,
movie.
dude.
Look at these discs.
I'm slacking on Ryan's films. I need to watch.
Have you not
You
seen
haven't seen
Looper?
Brick?
I haven't seen Brick or Brothers Bloom.
Oh wow, both good movies.
I know. I've heard.
Yeah.
I've seen Looper. I've seen The Last Jedi. I've seen Knives Out.
Anyways,
Right.
the pamphlet talks about like how the case was like actually solved in real life like 2 years ago.
A couple years ago.
Well,
Yeah.
It's
Dude, why is
crazy.
Criterion's cases? They're so beautiful. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
they're
know.
great.
They're awesome.
But yeah, find me on Twitter, HarrisEV9. Watching a lot of stuff right now, watching a lot more anime, watching a lot more movies. I tweeted out again, I'm trying to watch more classical movies, more old style movies like 1960s, 70s. I have a friend at work who keeps recommending me all these westerns that I just haven't seen. Because westerns
I'm
are
so
so
blind
freaking
on
long.
westerns. I have not seen.
Right? Like
anything.
I've seen like the best ones, like Unforgiven. I love Unforgiven. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I've seen that before. I just haven't seen a lot of the other ones.
I recommend for westerns, Young Guns 1 and 2.
You haven't seen those? Those are like those comedies, right? Western comedies.
Yeah, it's like with Charlie Sheen's brother. What's his name?
His name is Charlie Sheen's brother.
Okay, goddamn.
Charlie
Emilio-
Sheen's brother.
Not one of the Estevez's. Anyway.
So yeah.
Also, wait. Who here has
Ooh.
not seen Tombstone?
I
You
don't
brought
think
it up
I've
before.
seen
I don't think I've
Tombstone.
seen it, and you're like, how dare you?
He about to do it again.
Look. I know. I keep like giving like every.
Wait, is this the thing
spotlight-
Brendan Fraser's in?
No. It's with Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell
Okay.
Yeah.
and Sam Elliott
it's on
and Bill
it's on-
Paxton.
It's on Prime Video.
Okay.
really?
Yes. Okay. I know I keep pledging commentaries, but god damn it, that one. Please.
I'm ready.
It's my
Well,
favorite
okay.
Western of all time. It's
Wow.
so good.
That's high praise.
Dude, it's all-star cast. It's so good.
Mhm.
Like, oh my god. I'll set that up now. Like,
Let's go.
Carson, where can they find you?
You guys can find me over on Twitter at the Film Carson. Probably not watching too much these next 2 weeks because I have like a million different projects and assignments and stuff to get done. But after I graduate and get settled a bit, I'll be watching a lot more movies, a lot more TV shows, finishing a lot more anime shows instead of just starting them and leaving them by the wayside. Because how dare I? But yeah, I can't wait to talk about The Bad Batch. It feels weird that we're talking about Star Wars soon. And Evan and I will definitely be hopefully talking about Invincible next week. Just giving our general thoughts, our recap, everything, because it's a time, and I am so excited for season 2 and 3 to come out. Because Steve Yeun, what a guy! I love that he's leading this, and like we got Steve Yeun, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons, and I can't just like Mahershala Ali shows up, guest stars for an episode. There's just everybody on the show. Yeah,
All
great
right,
show.
well,
That's all I got.
Incredible.
Invincible. Anyway, you can find me. You can find me in Either Raw Second, doing whatever. Criterion is killing it with the things, apparently. Their cases.
Dude, the pamphlets, like the detail. Okay, so look at this. You can open it this way, or you can open it like double paged, and like it will go to the credits. So there's Song King
dang.
Ho, and then like it has like these two guys, like the suspect, and then the guy, and then it's just so well thought out.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm chilling. I'm working at the theater. Never ends.
Yeah, you're prepping for summer at this point because Black Widow's coming. Fast and Furious is coming.
I think the next big release, tickets just went on sale for Spiral, which I'm super excited.
Yeah, Chris
to
Rock.
I just got my ticket for it this morning. I'm super hyped. It's only like hour 33 minutes.
I need to watch all the other Saw movies before Spyro comes out. God,
I'm gonna do it too, dude. They're so fun.
Yeah, they're all on HBO, I think, too.
Nice.
I gotta watch the song. I think I've seen like a random one on Netflix before, but I need to like.
I've seen 1 through 7. I haven't seen Jigsaw yet, but I need to.
7?
Yeah.
There's 7 of them.
There's with Jigsaw that makes 8.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No, wait, but it gets ridiculous, but it gets fun.
I say don't say it gets better because it doesn't.
I mean, 5 is pretty.
Wait,
low.
is Jigsaw the one with what's the one with Aubrey? No, that's Chucky. That's Child's Play.
Yeah.
Wow, wrong fit.
It's whale. I would have forgiven you if you were confusing a Final Destination, but you did not.
No, I thought of Aubrey Plaza and I thought she was in a Saw movie for some reason, but then I realized she was not.
Nah. The 7th Saw film was in 3D, I think.
Oh my God.
So enjoy those. But no, it's really fun. It gets really wacky, but it's so fun, dude. It's like if there's a new Saw film, it's hype. So I'm excited to see where things go here, and maybe more Spiral films. That'd be cool. But that being said, hey, if you enjoyed our podcast, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and already. Come back for our Hyperspace Hype Star Wars exclusive discussions. It's coming back.
We're back, baby.
For better or worse.
Jesus, Nathan. What are you doing? I am hyped. High Republic stuff. There were some quotes from Matt Lanter about Anakin last week, so we have some stuff to talk about. Some cool stuff ahead next week.
I like discussing Star Wars. I just need to
Me too. I haven't watched Star Wars in a minute. Yeah.
I got to get back. But yeah, if you enjoy our podcast, make sure stop it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and already. Can't. I'm shutting down.
What happened? What?
I'm shutting down. I can't talk.
Get to the finish line, Nathan. You can do it.
Oh yes, that's right. That being said, hope you have a great day, and may the Force be with you always.
Like and subscribe.
Always.